Lineup for Braves Country by D.M. McGee, 2024. A is for Aaron, the Hammer and Hank, the real home run king. Take that to the bank. B is for Bobby. Cox never cowered. He'd give Blue quite an earful on his way to the showers. C is for Chipper. Don't call him Larry. He would show up in Shea, the Mets he would bury. D is for David. Justice he'd bring. A Game 6 solo brought Atlanta their ring. E is for Eddie Matthews. 512 bombs away. Lit skies from Boston to Milwaukee to the A. F is for Fred. McGriff dog-biting crime. A fire was lit the day he arrived. G is for Glavin. Southpaw winds and kicks. Changing speeds east and west. A gem in Game 6. H is for Harry and his brother George Wright. The father of baseball, Boston pennants in flight. I is for inning, ending double play. Riley to Ozzie to Olsen all day. J is for Jones. Andrew let her fly, and his gloves in center is where singles would die. K is for strikeouts, a plenty from Strider. The quads in the stash, getting swings from that slider. L is for Lopez, Javi to B-Mac. Travis and Smurf, we've been lucky to see that. M is for Mad Dog. He won 355. Could swat flies with the changeup and still bust you inside. N is for Necro. He got to the hall by bending and knuckling and floating that ball. O is for Otis. Old Nixon could fly. The catch at the wall baffled our eyes. P's still for Peterson. We were all rockin' pearls. With Eddie and Jorge, we were out of this world. Q is a quandary for why Dale is not in. Murphy MVPs again and again. R is for ranking. The top pitchers lore. Remember Kid Nichols, 107 WAR. S is for Smoltzy. The big three in the hall. When the game's on the line, you give John the ball. T is for Tyler, Matzik, and the gift of 2021, the entire night shift. U is for Chavez, but we say Uncle Jesse. The frames, the release, kept the batters guessing. V is Van Weeren, Skip Carey 2, Don Ernie Joe, the tales from the booth. W is Warren, Spawn Johnny Sane. They'd ride him in Boston and then pray for rain. X is Mazzoni. Yeah, X marked the spot. Leo rocked next to Bobby, and his pitchers stayed hot. Why it makes us feel young, the game's main appeal. Chopping through the battery, there's no better feel. Z is for Zip Boom Bam, Rama-Lama Ding Dong. Throughout the summer, we sing that song. From AJ to eyeglasses and a hell of a pen. Mad Max, Uncle Charlie, win after win. A cannon from short, and RC you later. Acuna Matata, there is no one greater. Though you can't fit them all when you just A to Z. Think of your favorites in the rafters we see. I started with 3, then 10, 25, 47, 31, and of course 29. Let's not forget 21, 41, 35, the great 44, or 755, and old number 6, who led his great teams. The pennants were flying. It felt like a dream. From Boston to Milwaukee to Atlanta's TBS, a family, a tradition, Braves Country's the best. Lineup for Braves Country by DM McGee, 2024.
to left center. Can Andruw catch up with it? A diving catch ends the game!
Hit to deep right center field. Andruw Jones. Oh, good night. That's why that man's a Gold Glover. I mean, that saved 3 runs.
Where Singles Would Go to Die by D.M. McGee, 2024. He'd lean forth an inch, closer and closer. We all came to see 25. Our pitchers were fearless, on the hill with no worries, backed by the greatest center fielder alive. Into the gap? Ha, that's a laugh. Jones was faster than light. Andruw would dart more like an art, the crowd oohing and awing with sighs. Bombs from the plate, speed on the base, a swing and a smile and big fly. But we came to gaze and were always amazed where Singles Would Go to Die. Where Singles Would Go to Die by D.M. McGee, 2024.
Eat your heart out, Willie Mays.
Exactly. That's a tougher play than Willie Mays made.
Darn tootin'.
You're in Braves country.
Good evening, Braves country. Let me get the screen set up here as we have got. There it is. I don't know what happened there. I thought we had it already set up. Good evening, Braves country. We got a lot to get into and a little time to do it. I have a hard time getting everything done when we are doing these Mondays and Tuesdays. So I'm flying home and barely having any time to set up for the game. But the short of the story is we'll get more into it as the game goes on. But you see the lineup there. Nacho Alvarez is going. Well, I don't know what the hell. This site is just an absolute disaster. I got to find a different one that shows up better on the screen. But Jared Kelenic is leading off, and in between 1 and 3, why they don't have someone up there, I don't know why. But it is Nacho Alvarez, and he will be. This is the same site that always has the M. Riley up there because they don't know that his name's Austin. But all the other statistics are A-okay as I'm matching it against everything else. But Nacho Alvarez is going to be batting second and playing second. You'll get that lineup when we go into the game, lead into the game. Big news today, couple things. A, Austin Riley batting third and Ozuna fourth. Olsen is going to be down in the 5th spot. They did that yesterday. I still don't think that's low enough for Olsen. I like what the Cardinals did. If you notice, Goldschmidt over the weekend. They dropped, and he is a great power hitting first baseman. They dropped him all the way to the 7th spot in the lineup, and on Sunday he hit a home run. So I still don't think they're far enough down in the lineup. The difference is the Cardinals' offense is a little better than the Braves' offense right now because we have just so many holes via injury. But nonetheless, Alvarez is going to be batting second. They didn't want to shake up the lineup too much, even with it being a rookie. He will make his major league debut. We've got a Nacho soundbite, and we're looking forward to that. And you've got the Atlanta Braves, who are tonight, they're celebrating, looking forward to the 2025 All-Star game, which will be in Truist Park. So if you're watching the screen, that's what they're doing, is that they're introducing ex-Braves that were All-Stars. It's going to be a part of a theme as they try to build up. You know how the Braves do it. But anyways, back to what's going to go on the field tonight. Nacho's in the lineup. Whit Merrifield, and I talked about this last week. Whit Merrifield, they did sign him. They picked him up off the waivers. I'm a little surprised that someone else didn't grab him, but Whit Merrifield is on the team. He is what they did in correspondence with that. Obviously, Ozzie Albies goes to the IL. It looks like, I'll go ahead and put the screen on it now. It looks like that Ozzie Albies is going to be out about 2 months. And if you flash forward, they're saying about 8 weeks. If you flash forward, we're going to be very, very lucky if Ozzie Albies makes it back to us before the postseason. Because for all intents and purposes, let's say it is the exact 8-week mark, which you know it never is. That would put him in the lineup on September 23rd. And we're talking about maybe a hair before that, but we're talking about only about a week. Now, look, if we're winning games and we're in the playoff hunt and Ozzie Albies can come back for that final week of the season, get the rust off his bat, he'll be fine. But until then, we're going to be leaning on the rookie Nacho Alvarez. Whit Merrifield comes onto the team. Eli White goes down to the AAA team, Gwinnett Braves, and you're going to have basically a bench of, I mean, honestly, I think the bench is a little better now than it has been, but obviously the starting lineup is nowhere near what it has been. But right now what we're looking at is the bench for the Braves is Laureano, Merrifield, Short, and then, of course, the backup catcher, Darno, when Darno's starting, the backup catcher, Murphy. That's typically what we're going to be looking going forward. And it's going to be rough going with the offense. Once again, we're going to be leaning on the pitching. Once again, we need the guys at the top of the lineup to bang, because at the bottom of the lineup, it's going to be really hit or miss. When you get past Olsen, and Olsen has got to start producing. If he doesn't, this team is going nowhere. But when you get past Olsen, you get to Duvall, who's obviously lost a step. You get to Rosario, who's not who he once was. And then you get to the catchers, and Orlando Arcia has just been an absolute canyon of outs. We're talking about, once you get past the 5th hitter of this lineup, sometimes the 6th hitter, if Duvall's swinging well, you're not striking any fear in any major league pitcher. So you're going to have to lean on the Kelnicks, the Rileys, the Ozunas. They're going to have to carry this team, and hopefully Olsen will pick up where he was in last year and start getting hot and start taking off. Because if he doesn't, this offense is just not going to be able to perform up to par to get enough wins. I think they will do it, because I think you're going to get, first of all, you've got the best bullpen in the National League. You've got arguably the best top to bottom, especially when you talk about depth, the best rotation in the National League. And we're really just looking at here and there trying to scratch out around 5 runs a game. If we can get 4 to 5 runs a game, this team's going to win. It's not going to be like last year where we're scoring 12, 13 runs, 9 runs, 8 runs. But the pitching's a little better this year. And hopefully we get Max Fried back soon. More on that throughout the game. My pick to click tonight, I'm going to go with the kid. Let's give me Nacho Alvarez. It's his first game And why not, right? Why the hell not? Give us Nacho Alvarez. I do think if we're going to win this game, it's going to be a very low-scoring game. And give me the Atlanta Braves to win this one 5-1 because Raylo is on the mound, and I believe in Raylo. I believe in Raylo. I believe in Chris Sale. And I think Schwellenbach didn't pitch terrible. He just left a few balls out over the plate. But once again, when your offense isn't doing a damn thing, it puts a lot of pressure on those young kids. So hopefully we start getting some contributions off the bench from guys like Merrifield, guys like Laureano. Laureano had a base hit yesterday. And a guy like Zach Short, he's literally just there to pinch run and to – when he does get an at bat, the one thing Zach Short normally gives you a professional at bat. So it's not the worst offense in the world, but it's nowhere near what we had last year. I do think the Braves are going to make a move at the deadline. I think you're going to see an outfielder come in, and there's a very good chance that they may make a move for an infielder. We just don't know what their mindset is. I personally would do anything to bring in someone like Bo Bichette, and give me a corner outfielder, and we're probably going to have to kick the tires on at least a starting pitcher to eat innings. It may not be a Garrett Crochet, but we'll get more into that as the game moves along. Let me step aside. We got first pitch on the way. Lineups, let's get it. It is time for Braves Country Baseball.
Like me, you can't smoke like me. So don't try and be like me. Let's party together.
There's something kind of about a kid that's never played baseball.
Baseball is a beautiful thing. It's more beautiful in an old park. It's asymmetrical and quirky. But even in a dome with artificial turf, it's beautiful. The way the field fans out, the choreography of the sport, the pace and rhythm of it. The fact that pace and rhythm allows for conversation and reflection and opinion and comparison.
In right field, the crowd is tormenting Strawberries, singing Darryl, Darryl. Little roller up along first, behind the bag. It gets through Buckner. Here comes Knight, and the Mets win.
And there's a fly ball deep to left. It's on its way. There it goes. And the Yankees are going to the World Series.
Ground ball stabbed by Folk. He has it. He underhands to first for the first time in 86 years. The Red Sox have won Baseball World Championship. Can you believe it?
It's a pastime, something you do. It's entertainment, something you watch. And it's a shared experience, something you talk about and read about. But you can apply those same three criteria to other things. What makes baseball special is that it's the best game that's ever been devised.
Smith corks one into right, down the line. It may go. Go crazy, folks. Go crazy.
Sure as God made green apples, someday the Chicago Cubs are going to be in the World Series.
A little bouncer slowly toward Bryant. He will glove it in front of Rizzo. It's in time. And the Chicago Cubs win the World Series. Cubs win. What a lucky break. The good Lord wants the Cubs to win.
How can you not be romantic about baseball?
If baseball is about caring, about loyalty and rivalry.
Braves fans are on their feet hoping for some kind of a bleeder or a seeing-eye single. Here's the 1-2 pitch. Fastball hit high and deep down the right field line. It's going back, back, back. Is it fair? Is it zip, boom, bam, it's gone! Ram-a-lam-a ding-dong, a 3-run shot, and your Atlanta Braves have taken a 1-run lead. She's gone, baby!
There's a very peaceful thing. It was created and played in pastures and meadows. There's grass, there's outdoors, there's everything that people thought was American and feel about America. You get in a ballpark, and it's the wonder of walking through that dark tunnel and seeing a huge open space where men play the little boy's game.
I believe in the Church of Baseball. I've tried all the major religions and most of the minor ones. I I know things. For instance, there are 108 beads in a Catholic rosary, and there are 108 stitches in a baseball. I prefer metaphysics to theology. You see, there's no guilt in baseball, and it's never boring. It's a long season, and you gotta trust it. I've tried them all, I really have, and the only church that truly feeds the soul day in, day out is the Church of Baseball.
Swung line drive left field. One run is in. Here comes Breen. Here's the throw to the plate. He is safe.
You're in Braves country.
If there's a bigger thing going on right now, I don't know what it is. We're down to one strike here. Gurriel, the last hope for the Houston Astros. Here's the 0-2 pitch. Swung on, bounced over to Dansby. Dansby fires it over to first, and here comes the dog pile. Fire the cannons in the battery. Do the chop all throughout Braves country. Pop that top. Your Atlanta Braves have won it all.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we once were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave? Play ball!
Down a beer? 7 o'clock in the morning. Scotch?
Hey, howdy, hi, and how the hell are you? Pull up an armchair, girls and boys, and join us for Braves Country Baseball. You're listening live, and the scene is Truist Park in Atlanta, Georgia, where we're set to bring you pitch-by-pitch, play-by-play of your Atlanta Braves. Hi, I'm Mac Magee. Here are your starting lineups for today's action. Leading off, playing second base for the Cincinnati Reds, Jonathan India. 8 home runs, 39 RBI, 9 stolen bases, batting .275. Batting second, playing short, Ellie De La Cruz. 17 home runs, 44 RBI, 48 stolen bases, batting .255. Batting third, the designated hitter, Heimer Candelario. 16 home runs, 45 RBI, 4 stolen bases, batting .233. Batting cleanup and playing first base, it's Spencer Steer. 15 home runs, 61 RBI, 15 stolen bases, batting .239. Batting fifth behind home plate, Tyler Stevenson. 11 home runs, 35 RBI, 1 stolen base, batting .242. Batting sixth and playing right field, it's Jake Fraley. 1 home run, 14 RBI, 12 stolen bases, batting .280. Batting seventh and playing third base, Noelvi Marte. He has 2 home runs, 7 RBI, 2 stolen bases, batting .172. Batting eighth and in center field, Stuart Fairchild. 6 home runs, 24 RBI, 12 stolen bases, batting .227. Batting ninth and playing left field, it's Will Benson. 10 home runs, 33 RBI, 11 stolen bases, batting .188. On the mound for the Cincinnati Redlegs, it's Hunter Green. He's 6-4 with a 3.34 ERA, a 1.11 WHIP, 110 and a third innings pitched, 78 hits allowed, 126 strikeouts, 45 walks, and 10 home runs served. He'll be going head-to-head with Ronaldo Lopez. Ray Lowe is 7-3 with a shiny 1.88 ERA, a 1.17 WHIP, 95 and 2/3 innings pitched, 78 hits allowed, 95 strikeouts, 34 walks, and 6 home runs given up. Backing up Ray Lowe in the bottom of the first inning here at Truist Park, and patrolling center field for your Atlanta Braves, it's Jerry Kelenic. Kid Kelenic has 11 home runs, 30 RBI, 6 stolen bases, batting .252. And making his major league debut, manning second base and batting second, it's Nacho Alvarez. This year in the minor leagues of the Atlanta Braves farm system, in both Mississippi and Gwinnett combined, Nacho is batting .293, an .818 OPS, 7 home runs, 44 walks, and 58 strikeouts. Nacho has also grabbed 21 stolen bags on the season. He is by trait a shortstop, but he'll be playing second base with Ozzie Albies on the injured list. Batting third, playing third, Austin Riley. 13 home runs, 40 RBI, batting .258. Batting cleanup, your designated hitter, it's Marcell Ozuna. He has 28 home runs and 79 RBI, a batting average of .308. Batting fifth, playing first, Matt Olson. 13 home runs, 44 RBI, batting .222. Batting sixth and in right, it's Adam Duvall. 185 average, 8 home runs, 26 RBI. Batting seventh and in left field, Eddie Rosario. Eddie has 9 home runs, 29 RBI, 8 stolen bases, a 188 average. Batting eighth, behind home plate, Sean Murphy. A 204 average with 5 home runs, 12 RBI. And batting ninth and playing short, it's Orlando Arcia. 7 home runs, 26 RBI, batting .212. Calling balls and strikes behind home plate, it's Nick Marley. Your first base umpire is Marvin Hudson. Second base will be manned by Hunter Wendelstedt, and down the third base line, it's John Trupain. We're expecting 82 degrees at first pitch here in Truist Park. Slight chance of rain, and the wind blowing in from right to left at 6 miles an hour. Your Atlanta Braves come in 10 games over 500 at 54 and 44. 30 and 19 at home. The Cincinnati Reds are 6 under 500 at 47 and 53 and 22 and 25 on the road. The Atlanta Braves are minus 150 on the money line. The over-under is 7.5. We'd like to thank all the Country Club members for helping support the channel. Please become a Country Club member today. And if you haven't already, smash that like and subscribe to Braves Country Radio. Well, it's about that time. Grab you a cold one. Find you an armchair. It's Braves Reds Game 1 of a 3-game set. Tonight, tomorrow night, and an early getaway game at 12:20 on Wednesday, all at Truist Park. For you Country Club members, we've got the Ray Lowe emoji kicking in the chat to warm up those Chop Arms Country Club Braves Country. Get your game face on. Let's welcome in Nacho.
Get this bus moving. Stop. Come back. Too late.
Roll call! Yeah! Roll call!
You're in Braves country.
Good evening, Braves Country. Hope y'all are having a great evening, a Monday evening here in Braves Country as we welcome in the Cincinnati Reds. And Nacho Alvarez gets his major league debut. Cannot wait to see this kid play. We saw him during spring training. If you If you watched the games with us then, had a lot of fun with his name then, well, we got a new clip for him, so hopefully things will work out and he'll get on base. We've even got one if he hits a home run. He's not a home run hitter. So for people who may be hoping this guy's going to go out there and just plow the ball over the field, he's got 7 home runs this year, but he does have a high OPS. So you like that. What that means is he's getting doubles, he's getting on base, he's getting triples, et cetera, et cetera. All right, let's go into what should be one hell of a ball game. We'll restart the roll call real quick.
Get this bus moving. Stop. Come back. Too late.
Roll call! Yeah, roll call!
You're in Braves country.
Good evening, Braves country. Off the jump, I know that we have, I saw them chatting away. Good evening, Envy, Charlie, Country Club members. Good evening, Carrie. Honorary Braves country, is she's a big Reds fan. She'll be in here, so be kind. Good evening, Daniel. Who else do we have in here? Anthony Brown, Justin Green, Underwater. If I miss anybody, I do apologize. I've got a new monitor, and though I think it's going to be better long term, it's going to get used to the new look. We are just about set. Yes, sir. It is baseball time in Braves country. First pitch on the way from Ronaldo Lopez is a swing and a miss strike to Jonathan India. It's 0-1. Who else do we have here? I think I said hello to Justin Walker. The 0-1 right there at the knees. Misses low, 1-1. Good evening, Velvet. Good to see you. AY. Who else do we have chatting away? Gary, the real McCoy. The 1-1 swing. That ball's lifted high and deep into left field, going back. Just before the warning track, making the catch is Eddie Ring Around the Rosario. 1 away. Good evening, Grandma. Grandma King, that is. Good evening, Edward Spry. Man, Edward, I hope you're right with the Ice House as your pick to click. That has been a tough going. If y'all missed my pick to click, it's Nacho Alvarez and the Braves on a 5-1 score. Good evening, David S. Ron Harrell. I think I've got everybody. If I miss anybody, Timothy. First pitch on the way, 4-seam fastball to Ellie De La Cruz is up high for a ball. It's 1-0. If you're not familiar with Ellie De La Cruz, he's known as the Unicorn, as he is the 1-0 left-handed bat swing. He rattles that down the right field line. That's going to go up against the wall. His speed is taken off. Duvall better hurry. He gets the ball in. Here comes the throw. And Nacho's caught flat-footed and is a one-out triple for the Unicorn. Duvall got the ball in, and I don't think Nacho realized, well, Arcia was kind of blocking his view, and I don't think he realized where the runner was. He's not used to that in AA, AAA. Ellie De La Cruz flying around the bases. It was going to take a perfect relay. I think if he gets it over there, he might have gotten him. But Ellie taking advantage of the fact that he thinks Nacho's not ready to play second base, and he may be right. The first pitch on the way, swung on, popped up high into right field. Coming in, making the catch is Duvall, and Ellie's going to go. Play is at the plate. The throw is late, and it's 1-0 Cincinnati. So 2 down. But the Reds have grabbed a 1-0 lead. You can put a little bit on that on Adam Duvall as well, because if you go back and look at the play, he was not the quickest at getting the ball in. And then Nacho Alvarez just getting caught flat-footed, not expecting De La Cruz to. I think he thought De La Cruz was going to pull up at second and was shocked that he was running second to third. But anyways, nonetheless, it's 1-0 Cincinnati, 2 down. First pitch on the way to Spencer Steer. The cleanup hitter is right there for a strike. 4-seam fastball, it's 0-1. What you're going to see from Raylo tonight is 4 pitches. The 0-1 pitch swung on, banged on the ground to Arcia. He fires it across the diamond, and that'll end the inning. More on that when we come back. Your Atlanta Braves will grab the sticks and try to match the score.
I need a 4-letter word for disappointment.
Eric. My wife said to me, what starts with F and ends with K? I said, no, it doesn't.
Hello?
Hi, is Mark there?
Yeah?
It's me, Shannon. We met at Jack's party.
Yeah, how can I forget? Wow, how you doing? I haven't heard from you in,
9 months.
Armchair.
Can we get back to the version of TikTok where everybody thought they were a professional dancer or comedian or singer and not everybody trying to be a wannabe QVC host? I can't watch 800 more women rub a red light on their face and think that it's going to stop them from aging. You are 22, Jessica. You don't have wrinkles.
What do you know? You're on my porch. What's up? I'm confused right now. It's 1 a.m. I'm confused. You were not expecting me. No. Why would I be expecting you? I just figured you would think I would miss you by now when I'd be here. You saw me yesterday. Sorry, dude. I just want to hang out with my friend, and you always make me feel bad about it. Why do you make me feel bad about wanting to hang out with my friend? You just have all this time because you don't have a job. I'm sorry that I don't have to work for money, and you do. But just because I miss you, I should not be punished. You're drunk. Maybe 1 glass. Well, it's Wednesday. You know how it goes on Wednesdays, man. I'm sorry.
It's all mixed up with peanuts, tobacco juice, and a hearty feeling among the fans joshing each other. Always this raucous, good spirit. Everybody came to have a good time. But that's the way I remember it. The whole stand's full of people all roaring. And I guess it's true of any sport, but in baseball, I've never known an instance where so instantly a whole crowd could be brought to its feet, roaring with delight over just a clean crack of a bat against the ball. It's a great sport that way.
Welcome back to Braves Country Baseball. Hunter Green will go to work. You'll see him hit that radar gun up around 99 miles an hour. He's got 4 pitches in his own right. First pitch on the way, 98 right down the pipe to open it up. It's 0-1. Kid Kelnick leading us off tonight. Kid Kelnick stands in the 252 average and 728 OPS. The 0-1 pops it up high in the sky, back behind home plate, giving chases Tyler Stevenson, the hind catcher. It'll drift into the crowd into the first row, 0-2. Green throws the 4-seam fastball 56% of the time. 34% of the time he'll throw the slider. So those are his 2 main pitches. He will mix in the splitter at an 8% rate and a curveball just to keep you honest at 2%. The 0-2, swing and a miss up top. 99 blew it right by him up top. 1 away. Reds 1, Braves nothing. Bottom of the first inning. One down. And the debut of Nacho Alvarez. First pitch on the way. He slaps a 4-seam fastball. Fouling out of play. It's 0-1. Nacho batted .336 in Triple-A Gwinnett with 7 home runs. The 0-1. Swing. Fouls it back. It's 0-2. For the season, he batted .293 in the minor leagues. So an 0-2 count to Nacho. The pitch swung on, chopped back in front of the mound. It's going to be backhanded. Nifty play by Green. He'll hit the first baseman with a 1-3 putout, 2 away. Kind of an excuse me check swing. I think he was trying to just foul that off, and instead it rolled to Green. Gotten a bit of a bad luck for Nacho as the ball was behind Green's back as the first pitch to Riley is outside wide for a ball. It's 1-0. And typically, as the 1-0 swing pops it up high in the sky, Riley will be an easy out, the lazy fly ball to center field, and that'll end the inning. So the Braves go extremely quickly, 3 up, 3 down. We'll be back in a flash here on Braves Country.
Can you keep a secret?
Of course I can.
I lost all our money today betting on sports.
Damn.
I know. I don't know what I'm gonna do.
Can I tell you a secret?
Sure, yeah.
I lied. I can't keep secrets.
Wait, what?
So apparently me putting an Alka-Seltzer in my mouth and walking into Walmart saying, the virus is mutated, is not funny.
Braves Country Radio, covering America's pastime from spring training all the way to the Fall Classic.
Myers bringing it, and the pitch is hit in the air, foul, off first, Benzinger backing and calling, and the 1990 World Championship belongs to the Cincinnati Reds.
Bell, left field, way back, Blue Jays win it! The Blue Jays are World Series champions as Joe Carter hits a 3-run home run in the 9th inning. Touch 'em all, Joe. You'll never hit a bigger home run in your life.
I think one of the worst feelings is when you're at work.
Armchair.
Well, let's have a look at the replay. William, move your head. Look at the size of that boy's head. Shh. I'm not kidding. It's like an orange on a toothpick.
You're gonna give the boy a complex.
Well, that's a huge noggin. It's a virtual planetoid. Has its own weather system. Heed, move! Move that melon of yours and get the paper if you can. He'll be crying himself to sleep tonight on his huge pillow.
Van Johnson never missed an opportunity to make a speech. It was always the same speech. All about how he, single-handed and alone, had made baseball a gentleman's sport, and it must be kept forever clean because sportsmanship spoke from the heart of America, and he would lay down his life to save our beloved nation, at which he would begin to cry.
Welcome back to Braves Country Baseball. Good evening, Goat. Long time, no time. First pitch on the way from Ronaldo Lopez here in the top of the second inning is a slider up top for a strike. It's 0-1. Grandma King asking about why Nacho's sitting at the second hole, at the 2-hole. The main reason is the 0-1. Up top, misses high, 1-1. Hey, you put him in front of Riley, he's going to see some good pitches. You put him down the bottom of that canyon of an order, they're going to be able to pitch around him. And so they want to kind of ease him in. The other thing is, not like we have a top offense right now with what we have down at the bottom of the lineup, the 1-1, swing and a miss strike, it's 1-2. So the idea is to have him kind of take over the Ozzie role. He batted .300 in the minors, and they're just hoping that he'll be able to be a table setter, which is what you want from your number 2 hitter. Ozzie's got a little more power than most number 2 hitters, but Nacho's going to be asked to just be a table setter. The 1-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Four-seam fastball. Blew it right by him. 1 away. Good pitch by Raylo. Bringing the heat early on. If you're just joining us, they scored. The Reds scored after Ellie De La Cruz, second batter of the game, hits a triple and kind of caught the Braves' defense napping. He took advantage of it, and then a fly ball got him in. First pitch on the way is a swing and a miss strike to Jake Fraley. It's 0-1. Fraley, right fielder, batting from the left side. .280 batting average with the .694 OPS. The 0-1. Swing and a miss over the top. It's 0-2. So an 0-2 count. Braves defense, infield defense is back into the left. The outfield defense is straight away. The 0-2 pitch, swung on and missed, strike 3. Pulled the string on that changeup, 2 away. Good pitch. Man, was that a pretty pitch. Dropped just below the knees. He doesn't throw that changeup much. With Raylo, you'll see a four-seam and a slider, but the majority of the time, much like Green. The first pitch on the way is a fastball swung on, popped up high in the air. That's going to drift over into right field. Duvall make the catch, and that'll end the inning. So 3 up, 3 down, just what the doctor ordered. We'll head to the bottom of the second. Ozuna grabs the bat.
Damn, I thought you wasn't gonna never come from the back. I've been up for about 30 minutes.
Sir, but you did show up an hour late, sir.
Right.
So,
come in here handling me because you mad about some fear. I ain't with none of that. I'm gonna let them know off the ripper.
Now Don Mattingly, an emerging star. Mattingly last year was called up by the Yankees from Columbus the day Bobby Mercer retired. He'd been with them prior to that, but had been sent out. And he's not only won a spot on the roster, he's in the lineup, he's hitting third, and he's leading the league at .338. Randolph at first base. That's drilled to the gap in right center field, and it is off the fence. Randolph was running all the way, so he is being waved in. Whitaker throwing to Parrish is not in time on a double by Mattingly.
Did the little piggy cry wee, wee, wee all the way home?
Wait, wait, wait!
Max.
Wait, wait, wait!
Maxwell!
Yeah?
You're home.
Oh, cool. Thanks, Mrs. A.
In 1856, a British-born music teacher and enthusiastic cricketer named Henry Chadwick saw the Knickerbockers play the New York Gothams and became an instant convert to baseball. Chadwick developed the box score, wrote and edited the most popular players' manual, and launched one of the first baseball columns, covering the Knickerbockers and their challengers, the Gothams, Eagles, Empires, Excelsiors, and Atlantics, in the pages of the New York Clipper. And he began keeping comparative statistics so that he could measure one player's performance against another's.
Welcome back to Braves Country Baseball. First pitch to Marcell Ozuna is off the plate wide for a ball. It's 1-0. The 1-0 swung on, sliced back foul, and out of play, 1-1. Braves nothing, Reds 1. Just getting going here in the bottom of the second inning. The 1-1 pitch. Kicks and fires up high, 97 miles an hour. 2-1. Same two teams tomorrow night, 7:20. And then Wednesday, remember, it's a getaway day, businessman special. It is a 12:20 first pitch. The 2-1 pitch swung on, pops it up. High in the sky over towards the first base dugout. Just gets out of play. About 2 or 3 rows back. 2-2. The 2-2 count to Marcell, batting .308 with a .976 OPS. The pitch down below the knees, trying to get him to chase that slider. 3-2. One thing that you'll notice about Hunter Green is that when you look at his numbers, he has struggled with the long ball and the walk. The Braves hope to take advantage. The payoff pitch in the dirt, ball 4. There's your first walk of the game. Slider down and away. Your Atlanta Braves got one on, nobody out. Coming to the plate, the Ice House. First pitch on the way to Olson, swing and a miss at one down around his shoelaces. 0-1. Matt Olson is absolutely lost up there. Hopefully he can get his swing back. The 0-1 to Olson. Swung on, fouled straight back. 98 miles an hour fastball. It's 0-2. So an 0-2 count. Runner at first, nobody out. Standing on deck is Duvall. Eddie in the hole. They can keep it going. Sean Murphy, the number 8 spot. The 0-2 to Olson. They set up high. Fastball misses high. 100 miles an hour. Hits that triple digits. 1-2. The 1-2 inside, slider down and in, 2-2. So a 2-2 count. Man, as bad as Matt's been swinging the bat, you almost wanted to stick his chicken leg out there and get to first base. The 2-2. They set up inside and high. Swing! Pops it up. Back fouling out of play. That was in the zone. Good job to fight that one off, 2-2. I hate it, too, because he's one of my favorite players, and just seeing him struggle like this. And I know these guys are working hard in the cages and everything. He just cannot get it right. The 2-2 pitch. In the dirt. That one did get him. That got him on the foot, and he'll head on down to first. Runners on first and second. Nobody out. Olsen gingerly walking down towards first. Hopefully he's okay. See where it got him. Hit him right on. Looked like it just missed the ankle. Trainer's going to go out there and talk to him. Olsen says he's okay. I think it's one of those ones that just stings like hell, and I'm sure he'll feel it tonight. I don't think it'll affect his speed, but hopefully Matt's okay. So 2 on, nobody out. Snicker's out there talking with the trainer, the training staff. Olsen says, get the hell out of here, man. I'm not trying to be another MASH unit victim. So 2 on, nobody out. That'll bring Andruw Jones to the plate. First pitch to Duvall is a fastball right down the pipe, taken all the way, 99 miles an hour. It's 1-0. Braves trail 1-0. The 1-0, or 0-1, excuse me. Ozuna at second, Olsen at first, the 0-1 pitch. Right there at the knee, slider, 0-2. So an 0-2 count. Atlanta Braves come in today 10 games over 500. The 0-2 pitch, swing and a miss, strike 3. Duvall absolutely lost up there, one away. Slider right down the heart of the plate. That's something, when you get a hanging slider like that, you got to make contact, but instead he whiffed on it. So that'll bring up Eddie Rosario to the plate. Eddie hit 2 home runs over the weekend. You'd love to catch him with a hot spot here with his bat. First pitch on the way to Eddie is a fastball right down the edge, outer edge for a strike. It's 0-1. Standing on deck is Smurf. 2 on, 1 out. The 0-1. Kicks and fires. Swing! That ball's chopped over to first. Should be at, no, they're going to go to second. And a good 3-6 put out. Runners on the corners. With 2 outs, Eddie easily making it down to first. Very good play by Steer. You're kind of hoping that he might throw that thing wide. Anytime you get a first baseman throwing over to first, you never know or throwing over to second, you never know what's going to happen. We got runners on the corners, 2 outs. The tying run 90 feet away. First pitch on the way to Smurf is swung on and belted down the right field line, but fouling out of play. It's 0-1. The 0-1. Got the GOAT gifting AY a membership. The 0-1 pitch. Chopped off his instep. So an 0-2 count to Murphy. Braves 0, Reds 1. The infield is back and to the left, and they're holding Eddie Rosario on. So there's a huge hole on the right side of the infield. The 0-2 pitch. Up top misses. 1-2. Such a big hole because they're playing the shift so far over. You almost don't even want Eddie to even try and run. Even if he were to steal second, it kind of closes up the infield. The 1-2. Chopped off his foot once again. We'll do it again. Braves 0, Reds 1. Bottom of the second inning. If you're just joining us and you may not have gotten the news, the debut of Nacho Alvarez starting at second base and batting second. Ozzie Albies went to the 15-day IL. And he's expected to be gone 2 months. The 1-2 pitch swung on. That ball is belted deep into left field, making a running catch. Wow. What a catch by Benson to end the inning. That ball was rocketed. We'll be back in a flash.
Well, I woke up to go get me a cold pop, and then I thought somebody was barbecuing. I said, oh, Lord Jesus, it's a fire. Then I ran out. I didn't grab no shoes or nothing, Jesus. I ran for my life. And then the smoke got me. I got bronchitis. Ain't nobody got time for that.
If dating is the game, then marriage is winning the game.
Yeah, if you're playing in the women's league.
We used to poor, we little kids, or Mom a lot of times wouldn't have nothing to cook for supper, and she'd set us all down at the table and read the recipe to us. We had a little brother that was hard of hearing. He almost starved to death.
She'd line us all up, feed us breakfast, feed us cereal, and make us eat it with a fork so we'd pass the milk down to the next one.
I'm at work. What do you want? I need you. Okay, what do you need? Missed call. I said I'm at work. Missed call. I can't call right now. Missed call. Missed call. Missed call. Missed call. Pick up the phone. Text me what you need. Answer! Do you know where the peanut butter is? That's all you wanted to ask me?
Armchair. People in Pittsburgh actually eat pizza where the crust is cooked and the toppings are put on cold. So to answer your question, yes, Pittsburgh is as bad as it sounds. But let me ask y'all a question. What in the lungeable snack time pizza is going on here? Because if this is true, then I'm just never going to Pittsburgh.
First thing about it, and this seems so obvious that maybe we overlook it, baseball is a beautiful thing. It's more beautiful in an old park that's asymmetrical and quirky. But even in a dome with artificial turf, it's beautiful. The way the field fans out, the choreography of the sport, the pace and rhythm of it, the fact that that pace and rhythm allows for conversation and reflection and opinion and comparison.
Welcome back to Braves Country Baseball. Atlanta Braves trail this 1-1. Man, oh man, did Sean Murphy just miss clearing the bases with that ball. Great running catch by Benson deep into left field as he slammed into the wall. Just a few inches away from making this a 2-1 game. First pitch on the way from Raylo is a slider at the knees. It's 0-1. Fairchild, the batter, batting .227 on the year. Righty-righty matchup. Fairchild, the center fielder for the Redlegs today, the 0-1. Down and in. Did he go around? He did not. Slider down and away. 1-1. 1-1 count. The pitch on the way. Slider, did he go around this time? He did. 1-2. First base umpire Marvin Unson said that he offered at the pitch. Did look like he did after looking at the replay. 1-2 count. Raylo comes set. Kicks and fires. Fastball caught, looking strike three. He got caught watching the paint dry. Four-seam fastball right on the edge. One away. Man, was that a nice pitch. So 1 down. First pitch on the way is a curveball chopped foul down the first base side. 0-1. Will Benson, left-handed power hitting outfielder. He's the one that made the catch at the wall. He's got 11 home runs on the year, batting just 188, the 0-1. Down and in, 1-1. What you'll notice about Benson, he's another one of these big kids. Will Benson is 6'5". He's listed at 6'6" on some sites, but 6'5" on the Reds site and 230. The 1-1 pitch swung on. That ball is blasted into right field, and it is gone. So a home run for the Reds. It's 2-0 Cincinnati. Will Benson, hometown kid from Atlanta, Georgia, was drafted by the Cleveland Indians back in 2016. 26-year-old went out there and got that one. And honestly, it's not a terrible pitch. Most guys are not going to be able to pull that pitch and swat it over the wall. He's just a big, strong kid, and he got it over that right field wall. Back to the top of the order, Jonathan India comes to the plate, takes the first pitch, 95 right down the pipe on the inner cut. It's 0-1. The 0-1. Braves trail 2-0. The 0-1. Hanging slider gets fouled back. 0-2. An 0-2 count. He got that slider up a little. I mean, the bender up a little bit versus Benson, but honestly, the 0-2 pitch swung on, chopped over to Riley. Nifty play. Kind of had an in-between hop, and he was charging the ball, able to make it work. 2 away. That could have been a disaster, but Riley was able to hang with it. If you go back and look at that pitch that he hit, it's on the outer part of the plate, and he ripped it. Most guys are going to pop that up. It would be like a can of corn in the infield. Instead, he went out there and raked it over the wall. First pitch on the way to Ellie De La Cruz, who's 1-for-1 with the triple, is outside for a strike. It's 0-1. The 0-1. Kicks and fires. Fastball right there at the knees on the outer edge. 0-2. Ellie De La Cruz had a 1-out triple in the first inning. Came home on a sac fly. Really caught the Braves defense napping between Duvall and Nacho Alvarez. The 0-2. Way outside wide. 1-2. 1-2 count. De La Cruz with 17 home runs, 44 RBI. The 1-2. 98 inside, just misses. 2-2. Standing on deck is Candelario. The pitch from Lopez, swung on, slapped on the ground, backhanded by Riley, fires it across the infield. A one-hopper bounces out of the glove of Olsen, and Ellie De La Cruz is on with 2 away. It's going to be a tough play for Riley. We'll see how they score that. He's going to tell you he should have made the play, but it was going to take a perfect play, throwing off his front foot, fading towards the third base dugout. Olsen was going to have to make an impossible scoop, and it went in and out of the glove. De La Cruz's speed, you don't have time to regather yourself. So he'll stand on first with 2 outs. Candelario swings at the first pitch, hammered over down the right field line. That's going to go off the wall. Duvall is going to get the ball in, fires it towards Duvall, cost us another run, and it's 3-0 Cincinnati. Duvall could not make up his mind where he was going with the ball. He should have been coming home all the way. Instead, that little bit of a delay cost the run, and it's 3-0 Cincinnati. Hard hit ball down the first base line. Just got past Olsen. Looked like that thing might have been foul, but I had to see a better look at it. But nonetheless, Duvall should have been coming up firing towards home. Instead, he kind of paused, then reloaded, and that was just enough to get Ellie De La Cruz first to home. First pitch on the way to Steer is outside wide. Did he go around? He did not. 1-0. The 1-0 swung on, belted. High in the sky. Deep into left field. And making a jumping catch at the wall is Eddie Rosario. Barely keeping it in the park. Get it together, Raylo. And you too, Duvall. We'll be back in a flash.
If we're all the same in there, why don't we just focus on treating other people the way that we want to be treated?
We were just talking.
Shut up. They've given me less than 1 year to turn this place around. Forget about the way it used to be. This is not a damn democracy. We are in a state of emergency, and my word is law.
Join the Country Club today. You'll have access to badges, one-of-a-kind emojis to display your Braves pride throughout the ball game. You'll also get instant access to our video drops, members-only chat, wallpapers, and more is on the way. Help support Braves Country Radio. Join the Country Club today.
What's your boyfriend's most toxic trait?
Oh my god. So it's actually kind of funny. He'll say this thing to me all the time. He'll be like, I'm not your boyfriend. And I'll be like, yes, you are. Silly. And then he'll say to me, he's like, no, I'm not. You seriously are delusional. You need to stop. It's getting ridiculous. You keep violating the restraining order. He filed a restraining order, by the way. It's so funny. It was such a good joke. But yeah, no, you know, I love him either way. He's my boyfriend. He's my boyfriend. We're together. We're happy.
Armchair.
It's a pastime, something you do. It's entertainment, something you watch. And it's a shared experience, something you talk about and read about. And that's marvelous. But you can apply those same three criteria to other things. What makes baseball special is that it's the best game that's ever been devised.
Welcome back to Braves Country Baseball here on Braves Country Radio. Atlanta Braves looking for their first hit. Looking for a defense that quit spitting a bit. Man, I swear they have had some issues tonight. Orlando Arcia leads us off. First pitch on the way to Orlando's 97. Off the edge, it's 0-1. The 0-1 to Orlando batting .212 and a .577 OPS. Kicks and fires, swung on, pops it back, fouling out of play, 0-2. They just flashed up there the last 7 games. Orlando Arcia is batting .300. That is not true. He's batting .278 and a slug just over .700. The 0-2. Wow. Surprised they didn't call that a strike. That slider looked like it nibbled the edge, 1-2. Overall, the last 15 games batting just .209. The 1-2 swung on. That ball is slapped into right field. That is down for a base hit, and that'll get things going here in the bottom of the 3rd inning. Kind of a defensive swing out there, just trying to touch it to make sure he doesn't get rung up. 99-mile-an-hour fastball. The velocity really did the work, and Orlando's on. 1 on, nobody out. First pitch on the way, 96 up top. Looked like it missed high, but they gave him the strike. It's 0-1. That's what kills me about the coverage that you get from Bally's when it's always disingenuous. The 0-1 swung on, chopped over towards first. This is going to be a 3-6-1 attempt at a double play, but Kelnick will beat it out, and we'll have runner at first. 1 out. Good hustle by Jared Kelnick. They were trying to make it look like Orlando Arcia had gotten on a hot streak. First of all, I don't know where they got their numbers from, but they were dead wrong. The other thing is the last 30 games, Orlando Arcia is batting 161 with an OPS of 425, which is just putrid, not counting that last at bat. First pitch on the way to Nacho Alvarez is right there at the knees for a strike. The 0-1. See a lot of stats up there all the time that I'm like, where'd they get that number from? And I'll go back and look at it. And they've fiddled with the numbers. The 0-1 swung on, popped up, foul and out of play. It's 0-2. So an 0-2 count. Green comes set. Turns and fires it over to first. Keeps Kelnick close by. Standing on deck is Austin Riley. We got one on, one out. Like to nip away at this. Just get a run here and there. Braves trail just 3-0 early on. The 0-2 high and inside. That might have been a purpose pitch. 98 miles an hour up around the noggin. 1-2. The 1-2 to Nacho. He's 0 for 1 with the ground out in the first. His major league debut. The 1-2 pitch swung on. Just got a piece of that. Do it again, 1-2. Fouled it, kind of corkscrewed it straight back. Infield is back and to the left. They're holding the runner, so once again, a pretty sizable hole there on the right side. The 1-2. Caught, looking, strike 3. Good Lord, get the bat off your shoulders, Nacho. 2 away. Can't come up to the bigs and take that pitch. That was embarrassing. A hanging slider. Got to at least offer at it with 2 strikes. Austin Riley comes to the plate. He swung at the first pitch he saw this time. Takes 98 on the outer edge. It's 0-1. Austin Riley. Batting .257 with a 783 OPS. The 0-1, that ball's in the dirt, kicks away, and Kid Kelnick will head on down to second on a wild pitch. Now just a dribble or an error. Seeing eye single, a blooper, anything we get the run on. Austin Riley, who looked like he had really started to heat up, is now just batting .182 in his last 7 games. The 1-1 to Austin. Swing. Just got a piece of it. Fouls it in and out of the glove of Stevenson. 1-2. Reds 3, Braves nothing. Bottom of the third. Kelnick stands at second. Braves trying to cut into this lead in the early going. The 1-2 from Green. Outside wide, 98 miles an hour. 4-seam fastball, 2-2. Standing on deck is Ozuna. Olsen is in the hole. Deuce is wild. The 2-2 with 2 outs. The pitch. Swing. Fouls it back. 97. Right up there in his kitchen. We'll do it again. Braves nothing. Reds 3. Bottom of the third inning. The 2-2 to Austin Riley. Looked like he went around strike 3, and he did. That'll end the inning. Braves threaten, but can't do nothing with it. We'll be back in a flash here on Braves Country.
You're very lucky that you're with somebody who's resilient.
You tried to off yourself 2 times in the last 24 hours, Frank.
A single scores at least 1, probably 2 with Adrianza's speed. Braves fans are on their feet hoping for some kind of a bleeder or a seeing eye single, trying to find any way to get a runner home. Here's the 1-2 pitch. Buehler's got to be coming to the end of his string. For him to piece together this many pitches on 3 days rest, he's really done an incredible job. Here's the 1-2 pitch, and it is swung on and hit high and deep down the right field line. Is it fair? It is gone, baby! Ram-a-lam
Ding dong, zip, boo, bam, a 3-run shot makes it 4-1 Atlanta.
Did you know that in the 1970s, a man left his house and walked to the Golden Gate Bridge and jumped off the bridge? When his loved ones went to his house, they discovered a note that said, "I'm walking to the Golden Gate. If one person smiles, I'm not going to jump." You don't know what other people are going through. Sometimes all that person needs is a warm smile from a stranger.
Armchair.
It is a haunted game in which every player is measured against the ghosts of all who have gone before. Most of all, it is about time and timelessness, speed and grace, failure and loss, imperishable hope and coming home.
Robinson with a good lead. There he goes. He hits the dirt and he's safe.
Pull up a chair. Your home. Braves Country Radio. The classic call of Braves Country Baseball. Welcome back to Braves Country Baseball. Atlanta Braves trail this one 3-0. As we head to the top of the fourth inning, we'll see Stevenson, Fraley, and Marte. Righty-righty matchup to start it off. Tyler Stevenson swings at the first pitch, pops it up high in the sky. Over towards right field, making the catch is Adam Duvall, one away. One down. First pitch on the way, swung on, pops it up. High in the sky, in shallow left field, coming over, making the catch is Orlando Arcia. Two away. So quickly 2 down, kind of what Ronaldo Lopez needs. He's had a shaky outing so far. Braves 0, Reds 3. Fourth inning. First pitch on the way to Lopez, from Lopez to Marte. He's taken right there for a strike. It's 0-1. You got to figure Marte's got to take a pitch or two after the first 2 quick outs. The 0-1. Lopez kicks and fires. Swung on, chops it over to short. Orlando's got it. The Magic Kingdom flips it over to the Ice House, and it's a 6-3 putout to end the inning. That was a quick 3 up, 3 down. We'll be back in a flash.
If you hate America so much and you don't like this country that gave you $1 billion, leave it or come deal with me. You go to China, go to these sweatshops that you employ all these laborers and use these women and pay them pennies on the dollar to make your millions. You, LeBron James, you're a coward, you're a spineless coward, and you're a
You mean the low-life, ass-wipe, egg-sucker?
LeBron James.
Man's crazy, loco. Always hanging out around those kinky strip bars. You know, the ones where the men take their clothes off? That's, of course, if he's taking his medication.
Medication?
Yes, without it, he could be anywhere, wandering around, talking to the trees. Believe me, this man is a menace.
Armchair.
I'm so old. We used to take a shower in our uniforms because, you know, because we flew commercial my first few years.
Wait, time out. There's no era where you did.
Yes, it is.
Stop, you're making this up.
No, I'm not.
There's no way that you were supposed to wash your uniform with it on.
When I first,
you're making this up.
I'm not making this up.
Let him finish.
When I first got to the NBA, we flew commercial. So when you played the night before and flew the next morning, when was you exactly going to get your uniform clean? You had to wash your uniform yourself. So after the game, when you got to your room, you took a shower in your uniform and dried and dropped on the commercial airline the next day.
Were you with Jed Clampett? Yeah, have you ever heard of this in your life?
Well, how are y'all cleaning y'all uniform when you're flying the next morning?
You can clean your uniform without showering in it.
Well,
that is possible. You don't have to have it on.
No, but it's easier to do it that way.
You know, in the other sports, you have time you have to play against the clock. And when the clock runs out, your chance is over. You play until you lose. And if you can keep that rally alive, if you can keep going, if you can keep getting hits, you can play until a week from now. Nothing stops you.
Let's get some runs, Braves country. First pitch on the way to Marcell Ozuna is off the plate wide. They're going to check on down towards first. They said that he went around. I don't know about that one. It's a 0-1. Righty, pitch on the way, outside wide. Takes that slider, 1-1. So a 1-1 count. Braves trail 3-0, bottom of the fourth inning. Here's the pitch. Swing, fists it towards right field. That's going to get down. That's a C&I single. Hey, we'll take it, baby. Leadoff single by the Big Zoo. And the Big Zoo, the Big Bear, is on, one on, nobody out. He did that last time up, and Matt Olson got hit by a pitch. We had runners on first and second, nobody out. Didn't do anything with it. First pitch on the way to Olson. Right down the pipe for a strike. It's on. You know Olson's struggling. That pitch that went right there last year, he's taken that to the chop house. The 0-1, outside wide. Takes a splitter off the plate, 1-1. So a 1-1 count. Runner at first, nobody out. The pitch, swing, slices that foul into the upper deck, but plenty foul, 1-2. The 1-2. Swung on. Defensive swing there. Sliced it foul. That was a little bit out of the zone, but too close for comfort. So 1-2 count. If you're looking at what the Braves are looking at the rest of the week, the 1-2 swung on, chopped foul, slider inside. Good job of fighting that one off. The game plan right now is Chris Sale on Tuesday, and then Wednesday they have not made an official decision. The reason being they lose Max Fried. One would think, because the 1-2 swung on, fouled out of play. Right now, the game plan would essentially to be Dylan Dodd possibly grab the ball on Wednesday, but if they need him to pitch relief, that would change things in the next 2 days. The 1-2 swung on, chopped foul, just got a piece of it. Do it again. White Sox have taken an early 1-0 lead over Nathan Eovaldi and the Rangers. I think the Rangers are going to be sellers this year. What about y'all? Later in the week, Schwellenbach, Lopez, and Sale once again. The 1-2 swung on, chopped over towards second. That's going to be a 4-6 put out. They'll get Ozuna, the lead runner, but Olson trots on down to first, and he'll take Ozuna's spot, one away. Yeah, I don't think Atlanta's going to be sellers. I don't know how aggressive they're going to be at the deadline, but they're not going to be sellers, not when you're sitting up at the top of the wild card. So 1-2 count. Three nothing your score, bottom of the first, one on, one out, and Adam Duvall comes to the plate. We've got massive hole in our pitching rotation right now with these injuries. First pitch on the way to Duvall. Right there at the knees for a strike on the outer edge. It's 0-1. The 0-1. Righty-righty matchup. Runner at first, one out. Green kicks and fires. In the dirt. Good stop by Stevenson. 1-1. Couple of mishaps have led to this 3-0 lead. Good hustle by Ellie De La Cruz, but a couple of gaffes out there in right field by Duvall. Of course, he, by trait, realistically is not a right fielder. He's really a left fielder. Played center when he was younger. The 1-1 pops it up high in the sky. Shallow right field. Who wants it? Who's going to make the catch? Fraley comes in and makes it from right field. 2 down. So 2 down. Eddie Rosario will come to the plate. One swing away from making this a 1-run game, and Eddie hit a couple over the weekend. Eddie Rosario 0 for 1 on the day. First pitch, swing and a miss up top. Cannot lay off those high fastballs. It's 0-1. Looks like we got another Country Club membership coming in from the GOAT. Welcome to the Country Club. Damien, the 0-1. Swing and a miss, 98 up top. It's 0-2. Teams know that Eddie Rosario cannot handle that high heat, and he can also dumbfounded. He can't lay off it either. He's like that guy with the 0-2, swung on, fouled off out of play. We'll do it again. He's almost like the fat kid with diabetes that keeps jamming chocolate cake in his mouth, and he can't stop. He's like, I know I should stop, but I can't. The 0-2, slider down and in. Strike 3, and that'll end the inning. So Zuna once again gets on. We can't do anything with it. We'll be back in a flash here on Braves Country.
Cool. Wizard versus nerd. Strike you down with my spell. No, science is the answer.
Northern Tool and Equipment.
My girlfriend has given me a pet name.
I'm afraid to ask.
Snuggle Muffin.
No, it isn't.
And she uses it in public.
Okay, so give your girlfriend a pet name she'll hate, like Thunder Chunky.
I couldn't do that.
I see. Too harsh for Snuggle Muffin. Okay. Drown her out with a 200-mile-per-hour cordless leaf blower.
Got it. Here she comes.
Hey, Snuggle Muffin. What are you doing, Snuggle? I am so out of here.
Wait. Come back, Thunder Chunky.
There's no problem a little horsepower can't solve.
Armchair.
Rainey against Leary. The way that Leary is pitching, we may have to go back to the hotel and stay in this lousy town for another night. Might be too late to get out of the airport. Boy, he's a slow worker. There's a strike call.
Don't bother me. I hold grudges. I don't give a damn. I still hate from middle school. I don't wish none of you well. All of you.
In 1866, at Vassar College, a group of freshmen, with the support of a female physician who thought exercise for women essential to good health, formed the Laurel and Abenakis Baseball Club. Other colleges soon followed suit. They did not play for long.
One day, a student, while running between bases, fell with an injured leg. We attended her to the infirmary with the foreboding that this accident would end our play of baseball.
The teams were soon forced to disband. The game was considered far too violent for young ladies to play.
You're listening to Braves Country Radio, your home for the classic call of Braves Country Baseball. Welcome back. Fairchild, your batter. Center fielder digs in, takes the first pitch, 91 right down the pipe for a strike. It's 0-1. Man, he took something off of that, or something's wrong, because Raylo, 91-mile-an-hour fastball is not normal. The 0-1, 93 up top, inside, 1-1. So a 1-1 count. Kicks and fires, swung on, chopped foul. 1-2. The 1-2. Standing on deck, Benson. Braves trail 3-0, top of the 5th inning. The 1-2 pitch. Looks like he broke his bat. He's going to get a new bat and put a little spray on there. So while he does that, we'll hit the out-of-town scoreboard. Scooble and the Tigers lead Cleveland 6-1 in the 6th. Man, that's who the Braves need to bring in. Redbirds and Pirates are tied at 1 in the 6th. Mets 5-2 over the Marlins in the 6th. The 1-2 pitch swung on, lifted high into foul territory down the third base line. Trying to make a stumbling, staggering catch is Riley. Make sure he's okay. He slammed into the tarps down the left field line. It appears to be okay, just out of his reach. Trying to do a Willie Mays style catch for those of y'all listening on radio. Man, he actually got it in the webbing. It just popped out, snow-coned out when he was stumbling. Probably seeing his life flash before his eyes with the tarps going down the line. No one really had a chance at it. Riley had the best opportunity. Eddie was playing way over and Arcia way too far to go. So 1-2 count. We're back at it. Righty, the pitch inside hits him in the hand. And he'll head on down to first. He'll grab a free bag. Raylo's really scuffling here tonight. 1 on, nobody out. We'll finish up the out-of-town scoreboard while he heads on down to first and checks his hand. It appears to be okay. It actually clipped his forearm. I thought it got his hand as his forearm. White Sox lead the Rangers 1-0 in the first. Cubs and Brewers are scoreless in the first. Diamondbacks, Royals, they're scoreless in the first. Red Sox and Rockies are about to get underway. Phillies and Twins are in a rain delay. They were supposed to start about almost an hour ago. First pitch on the way to Benson, who hit a home run his first time up, is a fastball at the knees. It's 0-1. The 0-1. Astros and A's play later on tonight, along with the Angels and Mariners and Giants and Dodgers. The 0-1 pitch. Runner goes, throws it down to first, and they have it stolen by a mile. Raylo with another one of those long, really gives your catcher no chance to get the runner. Fairchild knew it. Has a long delivery to the plate, Raylo does, and they've been taking advantage of it all year. The 1-1 pitch swung on. That ball sliced into right field. That's down for a base hit. Here comes Duvall, fires it into home. They're going to hold the runner with nobody out. You got runners on the corners and nobody out. Earlier today, the Yankees beat the Rays 9-1. That was the end of a 4-game wraparound series. That was a day game. Once again, Benson just reaches out there on the outer edge and yanks it. I think with him, you're going to have to, I don't know what they're doing with their scouting report, but it looks like the outside pitch really is in his wheelhouse. First pitch on the way to India. It's a swing and a miss strike. It's 0-1. It almost appears like you're going to have to try to jam him inside to get to Benson. He was batting just 188 coming into this game, but Raylo hasn't figured it out. Lopez flips it over to first to keep the runner close. The 0-1 swung on, pops it up high and deep into center field. That'll be enough to get the run home. Here comes the throw into second base, and it's 4-0 Cincinnati. Lopez really struggling here in the early going. So 1 on, 1 out. Eli De La Cruz comes to the plate. He's had his way with Lopez as well. He has scored twice in 2 at-bats. First pitch on the way. Curveball swatted back foul. It's 0-1. The 0-1. Righty-lefty matchup. Runner at first, 1 out. The pitch. Way high outside wide. 1-1. So a 1-1 count. Jonathan India batting .273 on the year. The 1-1. Fastball down the pipe, and Murphy drops the ball. Not sure what in the world was going on there, but he drops the ball. Another stolen base. You know, all we heard about Murphy when he got traded over is he was this elite defensive catcher. We really haven't seen it these first 2 years. And we gave up one heck of a hitting catcher to get him. Runner at second, 1 out. The pitch. Swing, fouls it back, 96 miles an hour, 1-2. I will say in his defense, he started out with an injury this year. Maybe that has led to the slow, but you normally defense doesn't slump. Unless you're Chuck Knobloch. The 1-2. Just below the knees. Pitch out wide, 2-2. So a 2-2 count. De La Cruz. 17 home runs on the year. An .839 OPS. Raylo fires it. Swung on, chopped in front of the plate, but foul as it bends towards the first base dugout. We'll do it again. Lopez at 54 pitches. The 2-2. Swing, pops it up, 96 miles an hour. Fouls it back into the crowd. We'll do it again. The 2-2 from Raylo. He brings it. Slider in the dirt, 3-2. Braves nothing, Reds 4, top of the 5th inning. The payoff pitch. In the dirt. Did he go around? They checked down the third base line. They said he did not. So De La Cruz works his way aboard, and it's runners on first and second and 1 out. Raylo at 57 pitches here in the 5th inning. Not a terribly high pitch count, but he is struggling nonetheless. Same 2 teams back at it tomorrow night. It'll be Chris Sale on the mound. You would think Charlie Morton would pitch the first game of the Mets series. They don't have it listed yet, but that's what I would think. That is Thursday night in New York. First pitch on the way. Swing and a miss. Kind of a half-hearted swing by Candelario. It's 0-1. It's one of those ones where he made up his mind he was swinging at that pitch when he got his first cup of coffee this morning, and you weren't going to change his mind. The 0-1. Kicks and fires. Fastball misses inside. 1-1. So a 1-1 count. Braves nothing. Reds 4. The 1-1. Lets her rip. Swung on, chopped foul, 1-2. Love a double play here. Get out of this jam. Runners at first and second. 1 out. Speed on the base paths with Ellie standing at first. He could score with these on a double. The 1-2. In the dirt, 2-2. So a 2-2 count. Thanks for smashing that like button. Producer Jason tells me we're up over the century mark. The 2-2 swing. That ball's laced into right field. Coming in, making a backhanded sliding catch is Mr. Andruw Duvall. So he makes up for a couple of the gaffes earlier in the game. Second out of the inning. Good defensive play by Duvall. Backhanded going to his knees and sliding, keeping the runners where they're at as well. Two on, 2 out. Righty-righty matchup. Steer comes to the plate. He's 0 for 2. First pitch from Raylo. 96. It hit the zone, but Murphy was set up inside. The ball went down and away, and he was never going to get that call. When you got the home plate umpire standing where he's standing, he's just not going to make that call. The 1-0. Kicks and fires. Runner goes. And it looks like they got him. Did they get him? No. The tag missed him somehow. Riley's looking in the dugout. Maybe he thinks he got him. The throw beat him for sure. But what you don't know from the original angle, Weiss is looking at the talking to the replay guys, and there's no way they're going to review that. De La Cruz also took second, so it's a double steal for the Reds. It does look like he beat it. The only thing that he made, I think he came off the bag and Riley held the tag, but they probably didn't see that up in the booth. I'm looking at a third angle. Yeah. They got him, but it was, I don't know if that would have gotten overturned. So back to the at-bat. It's a 2-1 count. After a fastball hits high in the zone for a strike. The 2-1 pitch. Swing. Fouls it straight back. 2-2. Deuce is wild here in the top of the 5th inning. 2 on, 2 out. A 2-2 count. Raylo sitting at 66 pitches here in the 5th inning. The 2-2. Kicks and fires. 97 inside. They check down the line, but first base umpire Marvin Hudson says no dice. Full count. You got a full count. Raylo comes set, lifts the red glove, and fires. Swing, fouls it back, 97 miles an hour into the seats. We'll do it again. Yeah, I see Goat saying Raylo has struggled his last 2 starts. Honestly, I feel like he's struggled the last, not quite a handful, but right there. He hasn't been what he was. Then again, the league is starting to catch up to him as well, so you got to keep an eye on that. The payoff pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Slider got him. Man, was that what the doctor ordered? We had to get out of that one. Raylo keeps them right where they're at. It's 4-0. Braves still with a puncher's chance.
Pretty cool. Woo!
An Irishman walks into a bar and he orders 7 tequilas and a pint of Guinness. As the barman is finishing pouring the Guinness, he brings it over to the man and he notices all 7 shots of tequila are gone. He says, "Wow, you've drank them fast." And the Irishman says, "You'd drink fast too if you knew what I had." And the barman says, "What?" He says, €2.
No, beef! don't go in chili. It ain't never.
Hot dog or using it as a topping, then no. Beans.
Did you say hot dog? Not never. In the history of foreverdom, is it okay? You're making beanie weenies. You're making pork and beans. Don't put beans in chili. It's not okay.
Definitely
not never.
When it is the centerpiece of the meal.
Not if you're putting beans in it. No.
You
Not
are not
never.
a cook in Texas. You don't even count as a piece.
Did you say he doesn't count as a person because he learned to cook in Texas?
Yes.
Are you saying Texans don't count for cooking?
They got good barbecue.
No, they don't.
Oh.
Did you just say Memphis style? Is it Carolina? Hell no.
I don't like. Then there's the abomination that is Alabama white sauce.
They use mayonnaise. Okay, first of all, ew. Second of all, it's not okay. Third of all, you put it on your barbecue.
Texas is the Alabama white sauce of barbecue.
I see great things in baseball. It's our game, the American game. It will take our people out of doors, fill them with oxygen, give them a larger physical stoicism, tend to relieve us from being a nervous, dyspeptic set, repair these losses, and be a blessing to us. Walt Whitman.
Braves Country Radio, your home for the classic call of Braves Country Baseball. Welcome back to Braves Country Baseball. Speaking of Raylo, I was looking up his numbers at the break just out of curiosity. So he's got a 2.76 ERA in the month of July. As the first pitch on the way to Sean Murphy's inside for a ball. It's 1-0, which is a good number. But one of the things you have to take into consideration is the 1-0, high and inside, 97 miles an hour, 2-0. He went just 4 1/3 against San Francisco in July 2nd. Gave up 2 solo shots. The 2-0 pitch, down and away, 3-0. Against San Diego, he went 6 and gave up 3, which isn't terrible, but it's not what as dominant as he's been. The 3-0 to Murphy, high and out of the zone, ball 4, and he'll head on down to first. Maybe this will be the beginning of something here as we head to the here in the bottom of the 5th inning. The biggest thing I'm looking at with this is the 6 innings, the 11 earned runs, or the 3 earned runs. He gave up 11 base hits. That's not what you like. But also, if you take out the Philly start on July 7th, first pitch on the way to Arcia is high and inside, called that a strike. Terrible call by home plate umpire Nick Marley, who's had a pretty decent game. It's 0-1. If you take away that start against Philly, and remember, in that Philly game is the 0-1, down below the knees, 1-1. The Phillies were without Bryce Harper, without Schwarber, without JT Realmuto. That was not the Phillies offense you would typically find. The 1-1. Inside, 2-1. You take that start away, and it really hasn't been that great of a July for Raylo. So a 2-1 count. Kicks and fires. Drops a slider belt high over the plate, 2-2. Reds 4, Braves nothing, bottom of the 5th inning. Green at 73 pitches, the 2-2. Outside wide, ball 3, 3-2. So a 3-2 count. The pitch. Swing. Bangs it on the ground over to short. Ellie's got it. Fires it over to India. India's throw is late, and the first baseman, Steer, couldn't hold on to it anyways. So they'll get the force out at second, but they will not get the double play. Ellie De La Cruz kind of got handcuffed there at short, underhanding it to India. Ellie, you'll see him on the left side of the infield. They go back and forth between short and third, depending on what the rest of the lineup looks like. Not really known for his defense, but he's such a talented bat, and along with the base running, Reds are willing to deal with it no matter what, understandably. One on, one out. Top of the order comes up. Looked like the pitch clock expired, but they did not call anything. The first pitch on the way to Kelenic is swung on and hit high and deep into center field. Not deep enough. Just before the warning track, making the catch is Fairchild. One pitch, one out. 2 away. Kelenic's really starting to struggle. That'll bring Nacho Alvarez to the plate. Alvarez is 0 for 2. Kelenic is batting .080 in his last 7 games, 158 in his last 15 games, and 224 last 30 games. First pitch on the way to Nacho's right down the pipe for a strike. It's 0-1. He does have 5 home runs in the last 30 games, but that's not going to cut it at the top of the order. The 0-1. Swing. That ball's hit hard on the ground, backhanded at third base by Marte. He fires it across the diamond, and it's a 5-3 putout to end the inning. Good defensive play by Marte. Braves trail 4-0. We head to the 6th.
You know what this has to do with? What? The man in the cape. I bet you he is mixed up in this. I don't trust men in capes.
And you can't cast aspersions on someone just because they're wearing a cape. Superman wore a cape. I'll be damned if I'm going to stand here and let you say something bad about him.
All right, Superman's the exception.
Armchair.
Christian Yelich, single and a run. Very dangerous hitter. The crowd is on their feet. We're down to 1 strike, Braves country. Cross everything. So many heroes here. Wow! Called third strike. He got caught watching the paint dry, and that's it. The Atlanta Braves will head to the National League Championship Series. They knock out the Milwaukee Brewers, a team that everyone had forgotten about. Everyone had left for dead.
Yes, Henry Aaron has done it. The fireworks are going. His teammates are at home plate and buzzing with this crowd.
I felt great. I felt like the world was lifted off of my shoulders. It was done, over with, and I felt like no matter what people thought about it, it was my record.
In the decades to come, the memory of the scene might blur, but the memory of the sound will remain with everyone who was there. The sound of Henry Aaron's bat when it hit the baseball tonight. At home plate, surrounded by an ovation that came down around him as if it were a waterfall of appreciation. He was met by his teammates who attempted to lift him out of their shoulders, but he slipped off into the arms of his father and his mother, Estella. I never knew, Aaron would say later, that my mother could hug so tight.
Welcome back to Braves Country Baseball. First pitch on the way from Ronaldo Lopez. High and out of the zone. It's 1-0. The 1-0. Right there on the inside cut. 1-1. So 1-1 count. Pitch on the way, swung on, banged on the ground over to Riley. Riley has it, scoops it over to first, and it's a 5-3 putout. 1 out. One down. That'll bring up the number 6 hitter, Fraley, the right fielder. He's 0 for 2. Left-hand side of the plate. Swings at the first pitch. Slaps it over towards Riley at third. He has it. Flips it over to first. 2 up, 2 down quickly here in the 6th. Lopez at 73 pitches. 2 down. Top of the 6th. Marte, the third baseman, comes to the plate. He takes the first pitch inside for a ball. It's 1-0. The 1-0 swung on, lifted into just past Nacho Alvarez's glove. That'll drop in for a 2-out single. The Braves had him played on a shift, so Nacho had a long way to go and a short time to get there, and it just teardropped over his glove. 1 on, 2 outs. First pitch on the way from Ronaldo Lopez to Fairchild is a swing and a miss strike. It's 0-1. The 0-1 righty-righty matchup. Number 8 batter on deck is Benson, the number 9 hitter, but he's had himself a night. Ray Lowe flips it over there. Lopez just 76 pitches into the night. Marte bouncing back and forth from first. The 0-1 pitch swing. That ball sliced into right field. That's down for a base hit. Duvall gets it, fires it back into the infield. Olsen corrals it, and he'll keep the runners at bay, but they got runners on second and third and 2 outs. And Benson coming to the plate. Sounds strange, but you'd almost think about potentially walking Benson to get to the top of the order. Jonathan India is standing on deck. He's batting just .238 in his last 7 games, .264 his last 15, but was red hot a couple of weeks ago. Looks like they're going to pitch to him, though. Righty-lefty matchup. Remember, he's been getting everything on that outside and slapping it. The first pitch on the way. 96 outside wide. It's 1-0. Two for two with a solo home run and a single. The 1-0. Right there at the knees. Good curveball, 1-1. 1-1 count. Lopez comes set, kicks and fires. Curveball down and away, 2-1. Braves nothing, Reds 4. Top of the 6th. The 2-1. Fastball misses well low, ball 3-1. This point, kind of like to see him just walk him. You got a 3-1 counter on a guy who's 2 for 2 with a home run against you. Right-hander standing on deck. The 3-1 pitch. Down below the knees, ball 4. So it definitely felt like Lopez was pitching around him to get to India. See how that works out. Bases loaded, 2 outs. You would think this would be the time you'd go talk to Ray Lowe. And it does look like Abreu's finally woken up, and he's going to come out there. And he literally looks like he's wiping the sleepies out of his eyes. He's going to go out there and talk to him. While he does that, it's about that time to turn back time. On this date in 1923, Cleveland's Dunn Field, the big train, Walter Johnson, fans Cleveland's Stan Kovaleski to become the first pitcher in Major League history to strike out 3,000 batters. The Washington Senators legend, his milestone will remain unmatched until 1974. 51 years later, when the Cardinals right-hander Bob Gibson whiffs Reds leadoff man Cesar Geronimo to reach the plateau at Busch Stadium. That's on this date in 1923. Jonathan India will come to the plate. leadoff hitter. He's got a .323 batting average lifetime with the bases loaded. First pitch, swing and a miss slider. It's 0-1. The 0-1. Braves trail 4-0. Like to keep it right where it is. The 0-1. Swing. Chops it foul. 0-2. Raylo now at 84 pitches. They may not send him back out there for the 7th, even if he gets out of this, just because he's been struggling so. Bases loaded, 2 outs. The 0-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. Got him with the slider on the edge, and that'll end the inning. So pitching around Benson to get to India worked out. We'll be back in a flash here on Braves Country.
That's the beauty of baseball. There's no time limit. You have to let the other guy have an opportunity. It's not basketball. We can run the clock out and pass it around, foul each other for the last 3 minutes of the game. We're not running the ball up the middle or taking a knee like it is in football. You have to face your opponent. Your opponent has every opportunity down to the very last pitch of the game to win a game. That's the beauty of baseball. That's why I love baseball the way I do.
Armchair.
Now, for me, I wasn't good enough to guess pitches. I looked for one pitch every at-bat, every pitch. Fastball right down the middle. Yeah. That's it. As soon as I saw it, I would swing. So I'd look fastball down the middle every single pitch, and my approach was to stay to right center field.
Hey, you want to watch the Grand Theft Auto 6 trailer?
Yeah.
So what'd you think?
It was awesome. It was great. It's everything I thought it was going to be.
Then why are you so mad?
March 2025!
Yeah?
I'll be dead or in jail by then. They're making games for people who obviously they think have their life together. My life's not together. I live 2 weeks at a time. 2 weeks at a time. They'll probably repossess this house by the time that game comes out.
What are you doing?
I'm going to drink a beer.
Why?
I got plenty of time to kill. I mean, why not? Damn.
Who are you on the phone with?
My doctor, okay? I'm trying to get my blood pressure under control.
I'm glad you're finally starting to take care of yourself.
No. I just need to live long enough to play this game.
One afternoon on the Brooklyn waterfront, a boy named William Cummings, known to his friends as Candy, noticed that he could make a clamshell curve when he hurled it through the air and began to wonder if he might be able to do the same thing one day with a baseball. In April 1867, now pitching for the Brooklyn Excelsiors, Candy Cummings tried out his new pitch. Though it was outlawed, everyone started throwing the curveball. Purists were appalled.
Braves Country Radio, your home for the classic call of Braves Country Baseball. Welcome back to Braves Country Baseball. First pitch on the way to Austin Riley is swung on and fouled back out of play. It's 0-1. The 0-1 righty-righty matchup. Up top misses high. 1-1. Braves going to have to find a way to knock Green out and get to that Reds bullpen. The 1-1 swing pops it up. High in the sky, bending back behind home plate is Stevenson. He's giving chase. It's just got over the netting into the very first row. You don't see that much anymore since they changed to the nettings in Major League Baseball. Thought that was going to stay in. The 1-2 from Green. He comes set, kicks, fires, high and inside, 2-2. Four-seam, 99-mile-an-hour fastball. The 2-2 from Green lets her rip. Down below the knees. He would have liked that call, but it did look like it missed just a bit. The payoff pitch to Riley. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Got him with the slider. He is absolutely scorching this Braves offense tonight. If you're wondering about the Reds bullpen, it is a pretty good bullpen. It's 5th in the National League. In all of Major League Baseball, they rank 7th with a 3.52 ERA. First pitch on the way inside to Marcell Ozuna. For a ball, it's 1-0. The 1-0. Swing. Chops it over towards third. Slow roller. Marte's got it. Fires it across. Gets the slow-footed Ozuna, 2 down. So 2 down. First pitch on the way to Matt Olson. Looked a bit low. They called it a strike. It's 0-1. The 0-1. Slider misses down and away. 1-1. Chris Sale on the bump tomorrow night. Then Wednesday afternoon could be Dylan Dodd, or they could call someone else up. The 1-1 pitch. High and out of the zone. 2-1. A.J. Smith-Shawver has been pitching on the farm for the past week or so, so he is off the IL. I don't know if they would bring him up or not. The 2-1 pitch. Swing and a miss, 97-mile-an-hour fastball. Blows it right past Olson, 2-2. The 2-2. Green, 91st pitch of the night, so he's got another inning in him. Pitch, swing and a miss, kind of flailed at that one. Strike 3. And Olson continues to look lost up there at the plate. Should not be hitting 5th. We'll be back in a flash.
Max, a woman in my section wants to know if we do anything gluten-free. What do I tell her? Tell her she's not allergic to gluten. She's just masking an eating disorder.
Who wins in a cage match of Ronda Rousey and Bruce Jenner versus... Ronda Rousey and Bruce Jenner, or Caitlyn Jenner, versus Michael Sam and Ray Rice. Well, I tried to make it as even as possible.
Armchair.
I may have been a little irrational today.
A little?
Shut up!
Well, let me say this. I'm talking to the players, man. If you're going to make $50, $60 million a year to play basketball 3 or 4 days a week, play basketball, man. Now, if you're injured, don't play. But everybody hurts after the first 2 weeks of the season. Your legs sore, your knees sore. If you're injured, I don't want you to play. But the notion that 30, 40, $50 million to play basketball 4 days a week, y'all got the best shoes, you got the best medical staff, you got these guys sleeping in chambers, you got ice baths. Man, if you can play, shut the hell up and play.
I heard that this year we at Harvard won the baseball championship because we have a pitcher who has a fine curveball. I am further instructed that the purpose of the curveball is to deliberately deceive the batter. Harvard is not in the business of teaching deception. Charles Eliot, president of Harvard College.
Welcome back. Aaron Bummer is going to lead us off here in the top of the 7th. Face Ellie De La Cruz. Flips him over to the right side. Lefty-righty matchup. First pitch is a swing and a miss. Strike, it's 0-1. The 0-1. Swing and a miss. Sweeper again, 0-2. The 0-2 count. Bummer brings it. Fastball. 94 mile an hour. Painted the top of the zone. Should have been a strike, but a blown call by Nick Marley. So a 1-2 count. Brings it. Sweeper down and in. 2-2. I'm sure Bummer is still thinking about that blown call by Marley. That should have been strike 3. Instead, you got a 2-2 count now. Top of the 7th. The pitch. Inside, almost gets him in the leg. 3-2. Braves nothing, Reds 4. Top of the 7th inning. Braves offense continues to struggle. And now without Ozzie Albies, the payoff pitch. Caught, looking strike 3. He got caught watching the paint dry. Go sit and grab some pine, Ellie. 1 away. He's shaking his head, but you can't get both of those gift strikes given to you as balls. One down. Candelario, the batter. He stands in from the right side. First pitch. Swung on and swatted foul down the first base side. It's 0-1. Candelario 1 for 2 with a sac fly, a double, 2 RBI. Batting .234 on the year, 16 home runs. White Sox and Rangers are 1-1 in the 4th. The 0-1. Swing and a miss. 94 up top, 0-2. Pittsburgh leads the Redbirds 2-1 in the bottom of the 8th. And they are the Pirates are threatening with runners on the corners. The 0-2. Down and in, 1-2. The rest of your out-of-town scoreboard looks like this. As Bummer comes set. The 1-2 pitch. Sweeper misses well out of the zone, 2-2. Tigers all over the Guardians, 8-1 in the 9th. Mets about to put away the Marlins. They're up 5-3 in the 9th. The 2-2 swung on, chopped over towards third. Riley's got it, bare hands it, and it's going to take way too long for that ball to come to him, and it's going to be an infield single. I think Riley should have let that ball go and see if it might have kicked foul. So once you let that thing bounce, he had no shot. I think if he lets that bounce, it's going to actually go foul, but good hustle by Candelario has an infield single. Cubs up on the Brewers 1-0 in the 4th. 3-1 Arizona and Kansas City in the 3rd. The first pitch on the way, swung on, drilled over to short. Orlando Arcius got it. 2 away. L6 in your scorecard. Red Sox Rockies, they are 0-0 in the 2nd out in Colorado. Looks like the Phillies and Twins are finally going to get underway. They have yet to throw a first pitch. That game was supposed to start about 7:30 tonight. Later on, you got Giants, Dodgers, Angels, Mariners, and Astros, A's. First pitch on the way to Tyler Stevenson. It's right there at the knees for a strike. It's 0-1. The 0-1. Kicks and fires. Right there at the knees. Did not get the call. Another bad call. Man, Marley started off really solid tonight. He's blown about 5 or 6 calls here in the last 2 innings. He must have dinner plans. The 1-1. That one was out of the zone. He called for a strike, so that evens it up 1-2. He is spotting dimes and eating onions out there. So 1-2 count. Runner at first, 2 outs. Bummer brings it. Swing, fouls it out of play. Do it again. Same 2 teams at it tomorrow night. Braves came into tonight in the wild card standings, still 2.5 up on the Redbirds for the top spot as the 1-2's in the dirt, 2-2. So we need Pittsburgh to hold their score to keep St. Louis at bay. The 2-2. Sweeper misses inside. Ball 3-2. So now that they've gone to the nibbling route, you're going to have the runner on the go from first. anything that gets down could be a run. The payoff pitch to Stevenson. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Got him with the sweeper on the outer edge, and that'll end the inning. Reds put one on but failed to score. We head to the bottom of the 7th. Get up and stretch, Braves country. Let's get some friggin' runs. Good Lord.
All right. I can't see you. Let me hear you. All one, a two, a three. Me out to the ball game. Hey, me out to the night. Find me something up Cracker Jack. I don't care if I have to get back over
Welcome back to Braves Country Baseball. Hunter Green's going to go out there for a 7th inning of work. Maybe that's the magic number the Braves need to knock him off his perch. He's sitting at just 91 pitches. Starting off the inning is Adam Duvall, bottom of the order, due up. The first pitch on the way. Inside, 86-mile-an-hour slider. Yeah, that's one of the ones he's got to stick his hip out there and get down to first. It's 1-0. The 1-0 down below the knees. 2-0. So a 2-0 count. Pitch on the way. Slider. Home plate umpire Marley says it just hit the inside. May have nicked it. The 2-1 swung on. That ball is hammered foul down the line. Plenty foul, 2-2. You got a 2-0 count. The 2-2 count. Braves trail 4-0. Bottom of the 7th. The pitch. Swing. Fouls it back. 99 really going after him. Cincinnati 4, Braves nothing. Bottom of the 7th. Green creeping up on that 100-pitch mark. He's at 96. Here comes 97. Inside almost gets him. That's another one, another slider, 89 miles an hour. You'd really like to see Duvall, the way he's been swinging the bat this year, to just kind of let it hit him in the shoulder. So a payoff pitch from Green. His 98th of the night. Swing, pops it up. Back behind home plate, we'll do it again. On deck is Eddie. In the hole is Smurf. The Braves are going to chip away at this. This would be a good time to start bringing it. The payoff pitch from Green. Kicks and fires. Swing. That ball's lifted high down the foul territory. Ellie De La Cruz stumbles, fumbles, bumbles, but holds on to the ball as he sits on his wallet in shallow left field, one away. Not a terribly difficult play there, but he can make the easy plays look difficult. One down. Eddie comes to the plate. He takes the first pitch down and in for a ball. It's 1-0. The 1-0. Green just hitting the century mark there. Kicks and fires. Swing. That ball's lifted high into center field, but not deep enough. Coming over, making the catch is Fairchild. 2 down. 2 down, and Sean Murphy probably be about the last batter that Green would face. If he were to get on, they may leave him in there to face Arcia, but that would be about it. Green at 101 pitches. First one on the way is down and away for a ball. It's 1-0. The 1-0. Right there. Called for a strike on the intercut. 1-1. The 1-1 count. Pitch on the way. Swing. Fouls it straight back. 1-1. Hunter Green about to throw his 105th pitch. The Pirates did hold on to beat the Cardinals. The 1-2. Down and away. Did they go around? He did not. 2-2. So a 2-2 count. Righty, righty. Green comes set. Stevenson outside. The 2-2 pitch. Slice foul down the first base side, but out of play. We'll do it again. So I guess the good news of the night is that we won't lose any ground on St. Louis for the top wild card spot, but we will lose ground on the Mets. The Mets are leading 6-3 heading to the bottom of the ninth against Miami. The 2-2. Swing. Pops it up. Might have been a touch out of the zone, but a little too close to take. Murphy extends the at-bat and extends Hunter Green, who will now throw his 108th pitch of the night. The 2-2 from Green. Kicks and fires. Inside. Just misses. 3-2. He's called that a strike a few times, though it isn't. So Murphy kind of living dangerously taking that pitch, but he got away with it. The payoff pitch to Smurf. Swing. That ball's chopped foul down the line. We'll do it again. He is now about to throw his 110th pitch, which doesn't happen often in today's baseball. The payoff pitch once again. Inside, ball 4. That might be it for him because that is 110 pitches. Lando Arcia is coming to the plate, and it does look like Bell is coming out there to make a pitching change. We'll see if he does. While he does that, we'll turn back time once again. On this date, 1956, in a 13-6 defeat to the Cubs, Dodgers shortstop Pee Wee Reese becomes one of the 5 active players to collect 2,000 hits, and teammate Junior Gilliam sets a major league record by handling 12 assists at second base. That was on this date in 1956. It looks like they're going to keep him in there. And also, just to round that out on the turn back time, on this date in 1962, Floyd Robinson goes 6 for 6, helping the White Sox defeat the Red Sox in Fenway 7-3. All of the Chicago outfielders' hits are singles. That's your turn back time for Major League Baseball, July 22nd. First pitch to Orlando Arcia. Right down the pipe for a strike. It's 0-1. The 0-1 from Green. Swing, pops it up, bails him out, high in the sky, and that'll end the inning. I'm sure Green said something to the Reds coaching staff, something like, it's Arcia, I got him. We'll be back in a flash here on Braves Country.
Hi, I'm going to be your waitress because my mother drank.
Pete Rose, a very unforgettable moment took place in All-Star Game history back in 1970 in Cincinnati. And as we run it up here, I wonder if you'd talk about it and describe it.
Well, I'm running third. Hickman got to hit the center, and I start to slide head first right there, but I saw I couldn't be safe because Fosse was blocking the plate, and it was my advantage because he was reaching for the ball, and I happened to hit him at the right time, and I scored the winning run in an extra inning ball game. And I missed 3 games, but unfortunately he separated his shoulder and played the next month with that, and it sort of ruined his career. But I think you have to try to do anything. I think that was a clean slide because of the way he was positioned at the plate. You're no catcher, you know what I mean. And I didn't try to hurt anybody because he was at my house till 3 in the morning the night before, and I was just trying to be safe playing in Cincinnati.
Thank you, Pete. Back up to you.
Armchair.
Must be sitting on the slider. The Braves standing room only now. Matzik trying to deliver the biggest moment of his career so far. Runners on second, third, 2 away. The Braves lead by 2. Fastball swung on and missed. Sit down, baby. Matzik comes in and absolutely yaks the whole side.
Because we've been playing it fundamentally the same way for so long, the way that we can find the benchmarks that cross generations and cross decades is to be able to use these statistics as if they were labels. They aren't numbers. 300 hitter is not a number. The 300 hitter is a tag that means something today, as it did in 1930, as it did in 1890. So the statistics become a means by which we can connect to the permanence. I can make that comparison with my father, who could have made it with his father.
Welcome back to Braves Country Baseball. We head to the top of the 8th. Hunter Green's getting high fives and hugs all in the dugout, rightfully so. 7 innings, a 2-hit ball with 7 strikeouts. First pitch on the way, lefty-lefty matchup. They leave Bummer in there to face Fraley. Misses outside, it's 1-0. The 1-0. Kicks and fires, swung on, foul back out of play, 1-1. Save 2 teams back at it tomorrow night, 7:20 first pitch. The 1-1 count. Swing and a miss, sweeper on the edge, 1-2. Then we'll have a matinee getaway day at 12:20 on Wednesday. Braves do not have a day off until after the trading deadline. The 1-2 pitch, swing and a miss, strike 3. Chase that sweeper off the edge, 1 away. Looking at what the Braves got coming up on their schedule. We head to New York for 4 starting Thursday, and then Milwaukee for 3 on Monday. First pitch to Marte is out of the zone for a ball. It's 1-0. The 1-0. Kicks and fires. Swung on, chopped over to third. Riley's got it, fires it across the diamond. 5-3 put out, 2 down. Back-to-back Mondays, we will have day games. Now, this Wednesday, back-to-back Wednesdays, excuse me. This Wednesday, it's a 12:20 first pitch. Next Wednesday, 2:10. And, of course, that'll be the day after the trade deadline. So you may be having folks flying in to meet us either for that Wednesday game or we start a 4-game series at home against Miami on that Thursday, August 1st. First pitch on the way to Fairchild is inside for a ball. It's 1-0. We're at home against the Marlins. Thursday, August 1st through Sunday, August 4th is the 1-0 right there at the knees, 1-1. Then we finally get a day off and are back home, or we stay at home to face the Milwaukee Brewers once again. The 1-1, well out of the zone down below the knees, 2-1. So a 2-1 count. Pitch from Bummer. Swing and a miss. Chase that one down and away, 2-2. Braves infield is back and to the left. 2 more shots at this Reds pitching. The 2-2, chopped in front of the mound. Murphy's got it, flips it over to first, and it's a good 1-2-3. And great outing, by the way, by Aaron Bummer. That shouldn't be looked upon as nothing. Not for nothing, but he went 2 innings, no earned runs. We'll be back in a flash.
Hey, this isn't my coffee. Where's my finely ground quinoa blend from Starbucks?
That's it. Daphne put an eggshell and some allspice in it.
Didn't that just dress it up? Let us get something clear. I am not a morning person. I have to ease into my day slowly. First, I have my coffee. Sans eggshells or anything else one tends to pick out of the garbage.
Hey, Braves Country, this is Mac Magee with Braves Country Radio. We are bringing you pitch by pitch, play-by-play of your Atlanta Braves all year long. Please like and subscribe today. It's free, and it helps us bring you more of the game we all love. Braves Country Radio, your home for the classic call of Braves Country Baseball.
If there's anything I could change about the league to make it better, probably just all the guys sitting resting. That's the only thing I probably don't like. Just play, man. If you 80%, you got to play. I don't like all the sitting, missing games and stuff. Like these people might have enough money to come to one game. You know what I'm saying? And that might be the game they come to, and then you sitting out. You know what I'm saying? So I take pride in trying to play every game because I don't know. It might be one fan that has never seen me play, and I'm trying to play. So that's the only thing I don't like. Guys just sitting out.
Armchair.
Who is on first? What are you asking me for? I don't know.
When the University of Illinois played Northwestern, Illinois rooters fired blanks into the air. Much more convenient than yelling, the campus paper said, and has a better effect on the visiting team. And when the Princeton Tigers beat Yale, their fans roared right onto the field.
Braves Country Radio. Please like and subscribe today. YouTube.com/@Braves Country. Welcome back to Braves Country Baseball. First pitch on the way to Kid Kelnick is a cutter from Cruz up top for a strike. It's 0-1. Fernando Cruz, 4.61 ERA. The 0-1 from the right-hander. Swing and a miss. Chase that one well out of the zone. 0-2. So an 0-2 count. The honeymoon is over for Kid Kelnick. He has been a disaster at the plate the last 30 games. The 0-2. Kicks and fires in the dirt. Bounces away. 1-2. Braves being shut out yet again. This would be their 6th shutout of this year. An offense that broke all kinds of records last year. Just can't get it going this year. The 1-2 to Kelnick, who's 0 for 3. Swing and a miss, strike 3. I mean, he looks lost up there, 1 away. 1 down. That'll bring Nacho Alvarez to the plate. He's flailing wide open on that swing, trying to pull everything, trying to yank everything out of the park, and they're playing to it, pitching them outside. First pitch to Alvarez is way outside, high, wide. It's 1-0. The 1-0. Kicks and fires. High and out of the zone, 2-0. So a 2-0 count. Alvarez is 0 for 3 in his own right. The pitch. Swing, chops it over to first. Easy out. First baseman Steer will step on the bag. 2 down. Two down. Austin Riley will come to the plate. Standing on deck is Ozuna. Riley's got to find a way to get on. I mean, if Riley gets on, then you put Ozuna up there, then you got something going. First pitch on the way to Riley is right there at the knees for a strike. It's 0-1. Ozuna has led off way too many of these innings. He gets on, but the point would be for Ozuna to be up there with somebody on base. The 0-1. Swing! That ball's lifted high, but not very deep. Got underneath it. Looked like a pretty swing, but didn't get much of it. That'll end the inning. 3 up, 3 down. Way too quick of an 8th inning. We'll be back in a flash.
Are you okay, pal?
I had a rough day on the job.
Are you going home now?
I was about to.
Well then, you just fulfilled the first rule of law enforcement. Make sure when your shift is over, you go home alive.
Well, there's been so much going on. We have so much to talk about tonight, so let's just get right to it. All righty.
I'm not going to whitewash it. I let my church down, and I let my family down.
And didn't we let something else down, like our trousers?
Armchair.
I was talking to one of my husband's friends, and he was telling me about how he went and got his son a game system and some games or whatnot so he could take it over to his mother's house, and so they could play games and stuff while he's not at his house. So anyway, he messaged him the other day and said, "Hey son, you want to play Call of Duty?" So the son messaged him back and said, "Mom took my game system away." So of course he goes and texts the ex, and he said, "Why'd you take my son's game system away? What happened?" And she said, he won't let his brothers play with him, so I took it away. And he messaged her back and said, "I bought that game system. That's his game system. He don't have to share. Give it back to him." And she said, "Well, in this house we do share." So she said he said that he texted back and said, "Oh, well, that's crazy because you got 4 kids in the house that don't share the same daddy, so give it back."
The best of us keep as much of that childhood with us as we grow into adulthood as we can muster. And the most creative, the most happy, the most fortunate of us are those who don't lose the sense of play. And even after we're past the point of being able to actually play the game with any skill, if we love it, then it's like Peter Pan. We remain boys forever. We don't die.
Welcome back to Braves Country Baseball. Atlanta Braves will send Dylan Lee out there for the 9th. First pitch on the way. Slider down and in. Looked like he went around. He did. It's 0-1. The 0-1. Lefty righty. Lee brings it. Right there. Teardrop at the knees, but called for a ball. 1-1. Braves in the 9th inning. We'll have Marcell Ozuna leading everything off. And then Olsen and Duvall, if anybody gets on, Eddie Rosario, the 1-1. Swing, slaps it down the right field line. Man, did he take a mighty hack at that. Knocked it into the upper deck here at Truist Park, but it's well foul. 1-2. 1-2 count. Austin Slater takes the 1-2 slider down below the knees. 2-2. If that name sounds familiar, it should. Austin Slater was acquired from the San Francisco Giants. This is just his 5th game with the Cincinnati Reds. The 2-2 swung on, chopped over to first. Olson's got it. He'll step on the bag, one away. Austin Slater, 31-year-old outfield from Jacksonville, Florida, played his college ball at Stanford. He'll go grab the pine. He was coming in to pinch hit for Benson, as he'll stay in for defensive replacement. Jonathan India comes to the plate. He's 0 for 3. First pitch on the way. Right there at the knees for a strike. It's 0-1. Jonathan India, he's from Fort Lauderdale, Florida. Played his college ball at the University of Florida. The 0-1. Swung on, fouled straight back, 0-2. India was drafted by the Reds in the first round, 5th overall pick, back in 2018. The 0-2 pitch. Swing, chops it up the middle, and that's going to dribble through for a base hit. And it's a 1-out single for the Reds here in the top of the 9th. It's going to bring Ellie De La Cruz to the plate. De La Cruz, just 22 years old, from the Dominican Republic. 1 on, 1 out. Lefty-righty matchup. First pitch on the way. Right there on the edge for a strike. It's 0-1. De La Cruz standing in with 17 home runs, 44 RBI, a 259 average, 838 OPS. The 0-1 to Cruz. Down and out of the zone, changeup misses, 1-1. So a 1-1 count. Braves 0, Reds 4, top of the 9th inning. Hoping to see, now I don't know what he goes by here on YouTube, but he was in here for the series, both the series last year. I just know him on Twitter as Drunken Bengals fan or Drunk Bengals fan or something like that. Hope to see him in here today, but I don't know what he goes by on YouTube. The 1-1 pitch from Lee. In the dirt. 2-1. Standing on deck is Candelario. Lee comes set, 1 on, 1 out. Slowly winds up and pitches. Swing and a miss. Slider over the top, 2-2. It's funny when you get used to certain guys that have much quicker deliveries and much quicker routines. Man, Dylan Lee just seems like he's creeping along. The 2-2. Lee comes set. He lets her go. Slider in the dirt, 3-2. Three-two count. Runner at first. Dylan Lee, his 14th pitch of the inning. The payoff pitch. Swing. Chops it foul. Cruz will have a seat in the left-hand batter's box. Lost his balance after he chopped that ball foul. Sean Murphy will help him up. On deck, Candelario. In the holes, Spencer Steer. Reds 4, Braves 0. Top of the 9th inning. The payoff pitch from Lee. 84-mile-an-hour slider. Got him on the outside corner. 2 away. You can tell De La Cruz didn't like it. Did look like it nicked the outer edge. If you're a Reds fan, you probably feel like that was a little wide. 2 down, 1 on. I just think that's one of those things that I think what his coaches will tell De La Cruz is it's too close of a pitch to take with 2 strikes. First pitch on the way. Down and in. Candelaria, did he go around? They check down to first base umpire Marvin Hudson. He says no, 1-0. Candelario, sack fly in the first for an RBI is the 1-0, swing and a miss over the top. Slider in the dirt, 1-1. He doubled to right in the third to get another RBI. If you were doing a Reds cast, you'd probably give him the player of the game. He lined out to right in the fifth, the 1-1. Floats a slider, about letter high, 1-2. He also reached on a single in the third, so he's 2 for 3 with 2 RBIs. The 1-2 to Candelario, kicks and fires, swung on, chopped foul down the third base line. We'll do it again. Two outs, 1 on, the 1-2 count from Lee. He brings it. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Runner was going, but Lee gets the strikeout, and that'll end the inning. Braves got one last chance. We'll see if we can do some damage here in the bottom of the 9th.
This is a fun fact for you. A leopard can drag another animal twice its weight up a tree. And then a cougar can drag a person half their age into a bed.
Are you in a relationship with a woman and you're tired of all that hooting and hollering? Well, here are surefire ways passed down from generation to generation of men on how to calm those ladies down. Number 3, just tell her to calm down. Sometimes women get all caught up in their womaning and forget the basic rules of polite discourse. A gentle reminder to calm down should simmer the situation. Remind her to relax. This helps the ladies who understand their level of energy is inappropriate but aren't quite sure what the next step to take. And number 1, only to be used in extreme cases. You're acting like your mother, and this world doesn't need 2 bitches that crazy walking around. Just use these simple methods, and you'll never have an out-of-hand lady again.
I ran into one of my dumbass friends yesterday at the store, and we was just talking, and he looked at me and he goes, you know, I'm smart. Not only am I smart, but I'm street smart. And I was like, you know what, buddy, you are. You're Sesame Street smart.
The most popular and most notorious star of the 19th century was Michael Joseph King Kelly, the sure-handed catcher for the Chicago White Stockings. He was so skilled at stealing bases, he once stole 6 in a single game, that he inspired a popular song, Slide, Kelly, Slide. He sometimes cut across the diamond, skipping second altogether when the umpire was not looking. Kelly drank as hard as he competed. Once, A.G. Spaulding put Pinkerton detectives on his trail and accused him of having been in a saloon at 3 a.m. drinking lemonade. Kelly was indignant. It was straight whiskey, he said. I never drank a lemonade at that hour in my life.
Welcome back to Braves Country Baseball. Alexis Diaz will come in, try to send the Reds home with the win. He not eligible for the save of the 4-run lead, but he comes in for a closer. Has a pretty high ERA of 4.33. He's set to face Marcell Ozuna to begin the inning. First pitch, 94-mile-an-hour fastball inside, called for a strike, and Marcell does not like it. He lets home plate umpire Nick Marley know it's 0-1. The 0-1 swung on, swatted back foul. Basically had to swing at that pitch because the last one was called a strike. It's 0-2. So an 0-2 count. Pitch on the way. 96 up top, misses high. 1-2. Braves nothing, Reds 4. The 1-2. Swing, and that ball's lifted into left field. That's going to get down for a base hit. Your Atlanta Braves got one on. Nobody out. Big Bear gets things going once again. Marcell Ozuna on for his third time. He's second hit. That'll bring Matt Olson to the plate. Matt Olson over. First pitch on the way. 95-mile fastball up top. It's 0-1. The 0-1. Kicks and fires. Slider misses well outside. 1-1. So 1-1 count on the pitch. Ozuna took second. It'll be defensive indifference. No stolen base given. The 1-1. Inside, swing and a miss. Olson took a hack at a pitch that was nowhere near the zone. 1-2. He's in such a slump. He just makes it up in his mind that he's going to swing. The 1-2 pitch swung on, chopped over towards short. Ellie De La Cruz has it, fires it over to first. Gets Olson plenty of time. Ozuna down to third, one down. Looking at the outings by Diaz, he gave up 4 runs against Baltimore back on May 5th. He's given up 2 runs a couple of times since then. But other than that, I mean, a pretty decent line considering such a high ERA for a reliever. First pitch on the way, high and inside, almost gets Duvall. Man, that spun him around. It's 1-0. That was well inside. I mean, that came really close to getting him right on the left cheek, and Duvall's eyes were about as big as watermelons looking out there at Diaz. The 1-0 to Duvall. Diaz kicks and fires high and inside again. 2-0, and Duvall stares him down out there. I think there might be something, and he says something to him. I think there might be some kind of thing between Diaz and Duvall. Because Duvall, I can't say what he said on air, but basically he said, come and get it, baby. He is staring him down. David Bell, the manager of the Reds, came out of the dugout for a second. It definitely seemed like there was something intentional there. Not sure what that's about. If him and Diaz have had a run-in before, it wouldn't have been with the Braves, I don't think, because I don't recall anything. Yeah, might as well. I mean, that might put a charge into this team. Fight, fight, fight. This team seems like it's just kind of walking around in a lull. Honestly, some fisticuffs might wake them up. The 2-0 pitch, down and in, slider misses, 3-0. But there does seem to be there was something to that, because I've never seen Duvall react, and those pitches did seem like they had a purpose. Like they weren't back-to-back pitches like that. The 3-0 pitch, high and inside, almost got him, and Duvall drops the bat. And I'll be interested to see if Duvall goes out there and just goes as, you know what, screw it. Laureano can start the next couple of days. Let's go out there and blast him. There's got to be some kind of something between Diaz and, I'll be interested to figure that out after the game. Diaz has been with the, he now has runners on the corners, 1 out. First pitch to Eddie Rosario is high and out of the zone, 1-0. Duvall jumps down there to second base. Once again, defensive indifference, but the 1-0. Swing, pops it up, high in the sky. Coming over, making the catch in right field. Fraley will bring it. Ozuna is going to score, and the Braves have cut the lead to 4-1. So it might be too little too late, but they do avoid the shutout. Diaz has been a Red since 2022, and Duvall has not been a Red since 2017, so they couldn't have crossed paths there. Had to be something, maybe when he played for Boston, I don't know. First pitch on the way, inside almost gets him. Coming inside to Murphy, it's 1-0. And now that he's thrown a couple of pitches over on that side of the plate, I'm starting to think none of it was intentional, and Duvall might have just overreacted. The 1-0. Swing and a miss. Chase that slider off the plate. 1-1. So a 1-1 count. Braves down to their last out. The 1-1. Down and away 2-1. If Murphy reaches, Orlando Arcia would represent the tying run. The 2-1 pitch. Kicks and fires. Down below the knees. Ball 3, 3-1. So the tying run standing on deck. Remember, Sean Murphy put a charge in the ball earlier tonight. Had that ball gotten over Benson, 3-1, right down the pipe for a strike, 3-2. If you're Murphy, you got to take that pitch. You're trying to get any way to get on. If Benson does not make that running catch at the wall, that would have been 2 runs right there. We might have had a much different game. But now the Braves are down to the last out. They're down to the last strike. It's a payoff pitch with a runner at second base. I'll be interested to see what Duvall does after the game if he just says anything to Diaz again, because that was a heated exchange. He's standing at second base right now, and he looks back, and Diaz looks back. I believe they're going to call a balk. They did call a balk. I thought Diaz was talking to Duvall like, "Are you still chirping?" But he was actually talking to the second base umpire. I didn't see the umpire come into the screen till the very end. I thought he was like, "What?" The payoff pitch. Down below the knees, ball 4. So the Atlanta Braves are going to bring the tying run to the plate.
So you're telling me there's a chance?
Yeah!
That's the good news. The bad news is Orlando Arcia is the batter. Will they pinch hit for Arcia? Doesn't appear so far, but they have a number of guys they could go to. Merrifield's on the bench. Darno's on the bench. Laureano's on the bench. Zach Short, I believe, is being put in for Sean Murphy. I haven't updated on my screen yet, but I'm pretty sure that's what they're doing. So you wouldn't, well, I guess you could pinch hit Darno and leave him in the game and do a double switch. They may be putting, see who it is. First pitch on the way to Arcia. Swing! That ball's lifted high, but not very deep. Swings at the very first pitch he sees, and Orlando Arcia continues to do Orlando Arcia things. Braves lose a tough one, 4-1. Had plenty of opportunities to get things going here in the game, but never quite got that big hit when they needed it. Braves will lose the first game of the 3-game set. We'll be back at it tomorrow night. 1 run, 3 hits, no errors for the Braves. 4 runs, 9 hits, no errors for the Reds. You got to tip your cap to Hunter Green. He was excellent tonight. 7 innings pitched, 7 strikeouts. Though he did walk 3, he only allowed 2 hits. The Braves will drop to 9 games over 500. We're back to that mark again. And the Reds will creep up to 5 games under 500. We will not lose any ground on St. Louis, who is number 2 in the wild card. Braves lose a tough one. And Orlando Arcia, I mean, come on, man. The guy's struggling. Can you take a pitch? We'll see you tomorrow night, Braves country. Have a great night.